Buenas noches, feliz viernes y bienvenido a la última llamada, donde fluye el tequila y el fandísimo crece. Well, I had to at least make an attempt to justify 4 years of high school Spanish. 4 years. You'd think I'd have better grammar. But then I've been speaking English for 50 years, and that's really no better. Anyway, I hope I at least am encouraging our special guest with a laugh or two, because we are welcoming back friend of the channel and personal friend, Mike the Mexican Iron Man. Let's face it, he's such a wonderful guest that he's in demand by all the YouTube channels you probably frequent most. So we are so thankful he's spending the evening with us. Top off your glasses, settle in, and let me know what you're sipping on in the chat. Hello, and thank you so much for being here. Wow, we've got a celebrity in the chat already. Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge After Dark. I was just telling Mike in the green room, I got to get your album. I'm sure that there's got to be like a download site. I got to get it. You got some great tunes there, some new Christmas music from Tom Connors. That is some awesome stuff. I'm just going to bring in the chat. I'm not going to wait around. Start with my lovely wife, Netter of Netter's Network. How you doing? What you sipping on, sweetie?
I am doing wonderfully. It's Friday. I am off of work all next week, which is wonderful. And I am sipping on a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Awesome. Netter special. And, of course, my regular designated driver, because I oftentimes need one by the end of my streams. Aged Boomer, how you doing, my friend? And what are you sipping on?
I have a cherry Coke, and I'm doing all right. I've been moving a lot of stuff out of my storage unit to my new storage unit. The old storage unit got hit by the hurricane.
Yeah,
so
it did. Anything really damaged, or you're just moving?
Oh, and this other storage, I had damages, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. But they have to make us all vacate by the end of the month because the whole place is like not in good shape. So, but that's okay because I'm moving it over. I got another place in another town. So, and it's on a third floor. Isn't that nice? So yeah. No flooding.
So you gotta, but you also have to carry it up those stairs. Well, unless they have an elevator.
Got elevators. They got good elevators.
Good.
So that's good.
Awesome. And let me not keep our returning guest waiting. Add to stream. There we go. Mike Mexican Iron Man, how are you doing, my friend? And what you sipping on?
Well, tonight we have the Elijah Craig small batch. We've already had one shot down. We've got 4 or 5 in here. It's great to be back. Cool. Today's probably only the second day I felt better. I've been injured, had a big injury that I've been fighting for a couple months, but good to be here with you. I got my camera going. I got a new cable.
You're awesome.
My camera works now. And can I just say that I officially want to nominate you for White Dude with Better Spanish Than Latino Slant Award.
Oh, man, no.
Shots
okay, I'm going to hear this. I'm going to be hearing this later. Were you able to understand me? That's all I cared about. As long as I get the point across.
Oh, dude, you were beautiful. I mean, you got to start hosting like Midnight Sage in Espanol, that's for sure.
Now, can you translate for us non-Spanish speakers?
Oh, see, that was just my regular opening. Everybody that listens to me every week knows. You know, it's. Well,
so what you're saying is,
you basically said,
I'm going to get drunk.
Well, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, right. No, it was, good evening, happy Friday, and welcome to Last Call, where the tequila flows and the fandom grows. That was kind of a made-up word, fandissimo. You know,
I like that
fandom. You know,
I like that.
But anyway, yes, I am sipping on. Let's keep the Spanish alive. Trabajo, pasión, honestidad, 1800. Let's party like it's 1799. Not sponsored.
Is that from the year 1800?
No. It's just the brand name.
That's how long it's been around for.
Yeah, no.
I would not let him buy it if it was from 1800s.
Yeah, no. I like tequila, but not that much. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not a tequila guy. I'm like not. I'm Mexican, but I'm not
I
like
know you're not. I
that
know you're not. That's why I figured I had to have it for both of us. You
I'm
know?
like Mexican light. You know, like yeah. I'm not. I'm more of a Scotch fellow. Scotch,
You know what? And what was it? 2 weeks ago when we had the book launch for drawing a blank. I just posted another ad for him on my Twitter. TJ Manrique. He said he was a Scotch drinker too. So I polished off my last Glen Fittich or whatever Glen it was that I was drinking.
Yeah, I got one of those downstairs. Yum yum.
Nice. And got myself a new Canarble Wagon. Well, Netter got it for me, and I assembled it upstairs. And I'm going to have to get pictures of it. I'll be changing the pictures on all my social medias with the picture of the new Canarble Wagon. But let me say hi to the chat. Let me make everybody feel welcome. I was typing right up until I went live, and then I, like squirrel, and I get, completely sidetracked. So first person we had was David Pensek, who says, it's that time. The reward for the week. Friday night. Last call. Choose your beverage, kick back, and enjoy the return of Mexican Iron Man. Cheers to Troy Pacelli, Aged Boomer, Netter of Netter's Network.
Arriba.
And, of course, we also have deleted scenes, dropping all the links, sharing out the stream, blue wrenching for us because he is just so awesome that way. I want to welcome Zombie Box Reviews. Good to see you, my friend. Always sharing out your links when I see them on the social medias. Matanui, hi, how you doing, my friend? It's never a stream without Matanui. Always appreciate seeing you in the Peanut Gallery. Big Al Presents will be on his channel tomorrow night as we do a watch party of the type in the chat. I don't remember what year it is, but the classic Christmas Carol, the black and white one with Sims. I forget, but that'll be over on Big Al Presents. Evelyn Hampton, Kapla, Aj. Absolutely. Tim Hayes. Whoa, Tim Hayes. Good to see you, my friend. We were fighting some battles and encouraging a mutual friend today over on Patreon, weren't we? Won't get into that here. I don't think anyone wants that stuff public. But man, guys, just be nice to each other on social media the way you would if you were in person. Whether you know the person or not. If they're a YouTuber, you're not a YouTuber, they're on a channel you like, a channel you don't like. For crying out loud, just learn to be nice to people, damn it.
Especially at Christmas time.
Well,
this is the time of year, but I mean, all time of year, but I mean, especially now. Be nice,
Yes, exactly. As Tom Connor says, it's Christmas, bitch! Speaking of which, Midnight's Edge After Dark. Oh no, I just missed. No, you did not. You got here just in time, just as I was hitting the play button. Thanks so much for being here, my friend. Yeah, we were just over on Mead Radio. I hope you didn't end the show just for me. My goodness. But I'm glad you're here. Some great tunes. I super appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, Tom Connors has like all this new music that he's written and performed. And you got to check it out. I mean, it's right. It's got a bit of a Weird Al kind of a vibe to it, but it's different too. It's just so Tom Connors. You got
all we want for Christmas is a midget.
All we want for Christmas is a midget. And honest Santa, I won't drop him. At least not from too high. Oh, it's good stuff. Keely Chow. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you're here. Boosh McFadden. You've become a regular, man. I super appreciate you being here. And love the beard. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? If I do miss anyone, please don't be offended. Just drop another chat and say, "Hey, why aren't you paying attention to me?" But let me go through real quick, make sure I haven't missed it. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people here. Gap After Dark. Good to see you, my friend. Yes, and saying hi to Netter. Remember, Netter just had a birthday last week, so make sure you wish her a happy birthday.
Pre-show, we concluded it was her 30th birthday.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, with a
Let's
little
go with
experience, maybe. Moira Kitty, good to see you. Oh, it's great seeing you on the social medias. You are so fun to I don't know. I want to say so fun to follow you on social media, but that sounds kind of creepy. I don't mean that.
Last Call with the Creeper Network, hosted by Troy Picelli. Welcome to the Creeper Show with the Mexican.
That's great. Awesome. Yeah, let's have the Creeper show with Mexican Iron Man. Awesome.
There you go. Do the creep. No, I saw a tweet today. Someone said, however bad you're feeling, about this past year, just remember that this year, somebody, even if you don't know who it was, somebody wants to bang you. And I responded back. I said, I live near Chicago. That's probably very true, but it doesn't mean what you think it means.
Oh.
Nope. That's why out here in South Carolina, we got doorbells that reload.
Honestly, the more Nanette and I talk, the more we're thinking we gotta move to the South, because
Y'all got to move to the South.
That's where
that's where the Mexican folk are. Actually, where there's no Mexicans here except me, but they're just
Well,
Yes.
no, if I go far enough south.
Honest to God, when I told my family I was going to South Carolina, I swear to God, they thought I was going to get roped up, tied to a pickup, and drugged through the streets. I'm telling you.
Do you follow the Babylon Bee?
Yes.
Have you seen their Californians move to Texas?
Moved to Texas, yes.
It's exactly like that, right? Because they have all these misconceptions.
Bro, one of those ones was me completely.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
It's like I expected everyone to... No, welcome,
Yeah.
We just want to be neighborly is all. Are you eating meat? It just fell into my mouth. It's so crazy.
The good news here in South Carolina is we don't care what your pronouns are. We just care that you got your own reloads.
Okay, I know I've said this on different people's channels. Let me get this out, okay? You don't get to tell me what pronouns I use for you, okay? You can talk to me about how I talk to you in person. Pronouns are what I say about you to someone else. You don't get to tell me how I refer to you. Because I may very well decide to say, that person is a complete asshole. And I'm sure you don't want me saying that, but you don't have any right to say I can't.
Yeah, besides how many other theys are standing around, and we might think that it's them.
I refuse to refer to a single person by the royal multiple. You are not they, you are one person. No matter how big you are, you're still one person.
Look at that. We're 14 minutes into the show, and already the white and the brown people are getting along.
Oh, on this channel? Absolutely.
Who would have guessed? Who would have thunk?
Absolutely. Although, from what I'm hearing from some people, behind the scenes in Hollywood, you count as white. Yeah. When they do their quotas for things about inclusion, Mexican counts as white.
Which Mexican? This Mexican?
All Mexicans.
Wait, what color is that?
Kind of a tan.
No, okay, wait. Hold on. What color is that? White.
White. That's okay. White.
What color is that next to that?
Yeah, that's kind of tannish brown. Yeah, sand.
Yeah, kind of. What are you talking about? The only thing darker than that is like a maple tree.
You're darker than me, but that's also because I spent the last 3 years in a basement. I barely get out in the sunlight anymore.
All right, you basement dweller.
It's our family room.
Yeah,
office.
we work from home now,
plus they weren't letting you leave your house, right?
For a long time that was true, and then I realized I actually prefer it that way because I hate people. So fuck it.
Do you hate people, or do you hate the people in your area? Not your friends, obviously.
But. We hate stupid people.
Yeah, we hate stupid people, and generally I'll go out and I'll meet people, and if they're the type that smile, that know how to interact like adults, I'm like, okay.
Troy, we have a problem with the comment from somebody in chat of Mr. Zombie Box Reviews is asking a question.
Let's see. He's asking, happy birthday belated. Move to the south, warmer too. I agree with him.
Is that broken glass in the background? Did Mike smash out another window again?
I'm not seeing that.
So
comment.
this right here is not broken glass, or where? Wait, where am I going? No, up there.
Okay.
That's a
You see my
skylight.
3 hearts?
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 above that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So no,
Yeah,
Mexican Iron Man did not smash out any windows. This is my own house. Why would I smash windows in my own house?
Well, you have enough of these. Well, but, if you have enough of these, you just blame it on somebody else. Who the did that? But yeah, so yeah, it's been a bit of a week, and a couple people in chat and a couple people on social media were saying they were looking forward to tonight because, I think we've earned this, and I tend to agree. I'll tell you, the social medias have been going crazy. I don't want to take anything away from Sunday night, Agent Boomer. By the way, I sent you the thumbnail on email. But cool. Obviously, it's going to be another week where we're mostly talking about the DC universe. Mm-hmm. And I was listening today, Mike, but they didn't let you talk enough today on Midnight's Edge. I was listening, and sure, I understand. They put on Cameron Pasha and they put on Paul Chatto, and they're the experts and whatnot. But I didn't get to hear enough of your opinion.
Well, Tom wasn't able to make the show, and we had a ton of super chats flying. So I
felt bad for him.
Six, God bless her soul for running a great show, but. My God, we were holding on for dear life. It was just the chat was exploding. We had multiple topics. But, I said most of my piece about DC on the Midnight Edge After Dark show with Tom. On the Thursday night show, that's when I talked about Avatar and the whole Henry Cavill stuff. And, I mean, my brief state. I mean, I made my brief statement pretty. I'm going to go with Gap After Dark. I'm fuming over no Henry Cavill Superman. So I think when I came on the stream, I said, this is my statement. I'm like, fuck James Gunn and the fucking case of hairspray he wrote into Hollywood in. I mean, I'm do I get that there's a reset? Sure. Do I get that he's already been in a few movies? Sure. Do I get that but look, man, he looks the part. I was just like, I only wanted one thing from DC. One thing. Give me a real Superman movie and put that fucking actor in a real Superman suit. Play my John Williams theme and give me the feel goods from from when I saw them. I mean, my God, I didn't. When the movie came out, I was like negative zygote. But when I did see it, when I got older, I mean, my God, to me, my all-time favorite movie theme is that Superman theme. I think it's the most inspirational, the most riveting, and it just conveys so much in those 5.5 minutes of that score.
Side comment on that, you just remind me. So we were listening to Mead Radio just before this, and I'm listening. And one of the things I love about Mead Radio is, he plays a lot of 80s and 90s music, and now he's playing a lot of Christmas music, a lot of stuff you don't usually hear, and he plays a lot of soundtrack scores, which. If Soundtracks with Birdman isn't listening to Mead Radio, he really should be. And he's playing a piece of music, and I looked up, I'm listening to it while I'm doing other things. So I switched to the browser to see what was playing, and he's playing a piece of music from First Blood. I'm like, oh man, that's pretty cool, right? And I'm listening, and then all of a sudden I'm like, damn. That sounds just like John Williams' Superman music. That's too close. I wonder if there was ever a lawsuit about this. I look back, and sure enough, it had changed tracks, and he was playing Superman. I'm like, damn it. I'm an idiot.
Now, if you notice, Troy's shirt is predicting the future.
Surprise, I'm drunk. But Nanette got this shirt for me, right, as a gift. The thing is, I'm like, the problem is, everyone in chat's going to go, there's no surprise. We figured. That's why we tune in on Friday. But my take on the whole thing, Mike, and I haven't even had a chance to talk to Agent Boomer about it, although in chats with him, I think he's kind of guessed where I'm going with this. Not a very popular opinion. I'm sorry. everything you said was right, Mike. I agree with everything you said. I don't think Cavill got a fair shake. I think that he looked the part, he acted the part, he believed in the part, but what he had to work with was shit, you know? And sad to say, that whole Snyderverse didn't make money. I'm sorry. Everybody who's out there saying fire Gunn and, you know, this and that and blah, 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 blah. Look, you should have gone to see the movie more. You should have spent more money. You should have bought more toys. You should have done whatever. It didn't make money.
And I'm a recovering Snyderholic. I'm here at tonight's group meeting. Hello, Agent Boomer. Hello, Netter. Hello, Troy.
Hello, Mike.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Hi,
Mike.
Hi. My name's Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
I am a Snyder-aholic in recovery, and my life became unmanageable because I was a Snyderite, and I have been Snyder-free for 2 years, 3 months, 4 days, 6 hours, and 11 minutes.
Yeah. So, on the other hand, it's not like I'm all sunshine and rainbows about Gunn, because he was part of all that. He was part of it with the what do they call it?
The Suicide Squad. Also, he was involved in the Peacemaker spin-off series for HBO.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, you know, the whole Snyder thing, it was doomed from the beginning because there was no plan. They were making it up as they went, and it was just a clusterfuck. It really was, and. You know, there was a lot of people talking about a soft reboot. There was comparisons being drawn to what's it called? Star Trek 2.
Troy, I was pissed. I was so pissed I couldn't fall asleep till like after the meat show. I was so livid. I couldn't. I think I went to sleep at like either 2 or 4. It was something ridiculous. I was just hot. I was just pissed and hot, and I'm reading shit online and all this other stuff. You know, now it's the next morning. You know, I'm going through all the phases of loss. You know, and. You know, I'm going through the phases, and I had a couple realizations. One realization is like, look, is that maybe we're going to get a reset plan for everything going forward, and maybe it's going to be decent. Who knows? Number 2 is, look, we've already survived this a couple times. I mean, look, we've had 3 Spider-Mans in a decade and a half, frankly, right?
Yeah. And how many fucking Batmans have we had? When
did the first Spider-Man movie come out? What year was that?
It was 2002, I believe.
All right, so in 2 decades, we've had 3 Spider-Mans.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm just pissed and annoyed. And I mean, there was really only one. Like, if Wonder Woman got another movie, I didn't really freaking care.
Yeah.
Red Room Diecast is on point. I'm just trying to figure out who it is. Someone's in a super chat on Midnight's Edge this morning. Who are all your picks for like who the next Superman? I'm like, are you kidding me? My dog just died, and you're asking me if I'm going to buy a Chihuahua or a Cocker Spaniel? Too soon.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
I did want to bring up a comment though. I think I understand why one reason why people were angry though is that Warner Brothers officially had said Cavill's back.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Oh, he's back, and it wasn't like he shows up in a cameo at the end of that Black Adam movie.
You know what?
And now they pulled out the rug again. So I understand people were wanting Cavill.
You know what
back.
I want to do is I'm gonna do some research. I want to find out who the fuck his agent is, because whoever his agent is, I would not have let him do that shit on social media without ink on paper of something solid moving forward.
Well, and there's part of the problem, right? Because he has the same manager as The Rock, and I think Gal, right?
Oh, he does?
Isn't Gal in there too with him, with the same manager?
Yeah. See, I would have dumped that guy and hired whoever Gunn's agent is.
Yeah, that's a huge problem.
I don't know. I'm in mourning, but you know, I guess I'll get over it.
I will say this about the casting. And again, I think the fans are setting themselves up for even more heartbreak. You start doing all these fan castings, and then you're going to be disappointed. When we got the first Richard Donner Superman, who the fuck knew who Christopher Reeve was?
Yeah, nobody.
Who would have said, there's this guy, there's this kid that I've seen in some off-Broadway thing, Christopher Reeve, he'd make a good... Nobody said that.
Yeah, but here's what I'm afraid of. Here's what I'm afraid about. And Netter and, H Boomer, I mean, I'm not trying to dominate the conversation. So but here's the thing that I'm afraid of. I mean, Henry Cavill looks the part. What am I going to get? Am I going to get an emo Superman? Am I going to get Super Kid? am I going to get Super Nerd? Like, what is my Clark Kent going to look like? Like, is he actually? Because let me tell you this much: is that anybody see the Batman on the panel? I mean, that was like I like the look of the Ben Affleck Batman. Like, he actually looked like a lot of the comic books. He looked thick, he looked muscular, he looked strong, he looked formidable. Yeah, it looks like he could do some pull-ups. I'm like, I don't know if Pattinson could do 10 pull-ups with all that gear on.
Absolutely not.
So what kind of Superman am I going to get? Is Superman going to be going through his I don't know, discovery phase? And then the other thing I worry about.
Not. We've already done that.
Is that look, I love Peacemaker. I love the Suicide Squad. I love the jokey stuff because these DC characters that he messes around with, I really don't give a flying fuck about. But what I'm afraid is he's going to bring that same treatment to the ones that matter most. The ones that need to be most heroic, the ones that need to be strongest, the ones that need to stand for truth, justice, in the American way. Because that's what we need. We need that vibe from DC going forward that we got for our society when Top Gun Maverick came out.
This wasn't my goal, honest, I swear.
See, this is why I like Mikey so much. He's so passionate.
He is passionate. There's nothing wrong with that.
Look, the other thing is that
Mexican or Italian, you got that passion.
Well, hold on. The other thing is I know you guys so well and for so long, my guard is down, so I feel super comfy. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Well, and yeah, I mean, and Tim Hayes can attest what I was alluding to earlier. I was talking about, when you're in a community and you got these friendships, right? You can give each other shit, you can disagree, you can whatever, and you come away, hugging it out, and it's like whatever, And in a way, I could be glad we're past the Snyderverse, but there's going to be that little pain in me going, yeah, but Mikey's not feeling it. That kind of sucks.
I am going to say.
H Boomer, let me ask you a question. So I'm a very self-aware Snyder person. Like, I knew what I was getting, but I also knew what it wasn't. But I was absolutely just a zombie about Snyder because all of the comic book stories that he picked, I just bought in hook, line, and sinker. But I knew the whole time I wasn't getting a real Superman. So Boomer, though, is that the way I look at this is that I think we need to go back to we need that heroic Superman, no?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And actually, we need it to be fun, too. We need it to be fun. You need to feel like how your 8-year-old self would have felt watching a Superman movie. It needs to be that, I mean, you're still going to have Superman facing horrible threats, hopefully from Lex Luthor. They say
confession is good for the soul. I'd listen to this man.
Okay. But yeah, I'm thinking... No, it has to be fun. It has to. I don't even want to say chime into the 79 Superman because it has to be its own thing, but it needs to be fun, and it needs it. If they're smart, what they're going to try to do is since they are going to reboot the whole thing, they need to. Are they going to follow the Marvel template, the way Marvel did it years ago, where you have a Superman movie, then a Batman movie, then a Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. Maybe do a World's Finest at the end rather than a Justice League. Just have Superman meet Batman in a movie. They're not trying to kill each other. That might be it.
Is that it's like, Timothy Chalamet? Is that the one that's playing Paul Muad'Dib?
No, he's trolling us.
I think so.
No.
Probably. Well, look at the emoji.
No.
Jennifer Lawrence for Superman.
But.
Jennifer Lawrence for Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman.
There you go. Why not?
I actually. Oh yeah. Well, no, wait. I don't know because she was the first to play Superman, right? So I mean, are they going to bring her back? I don't know about.
There were no other Supermen
before Jennifer. Oh, for fuck's sake. istophobic of me to say.
Don't apologize. What's the matter with you?
And
You're
Netter's,
tall.
and well, Netter's sitting right across from me, and she's going to whack me upside the head for saying this. But I hear some bullshit come out of her mouth, and she's another one of these starlets that I look at, and I look at askance, and I think of Seth MacFarlane. I saw your boobs. I saw your boobs. You know, and I just can't respect the bullshit she's saying. You know.
Mexican Iron Man understands Jennifer Lawrence because I'm not proud to admit it, but many of my blonde ex-girlfriends are about that smart. So look, you know, we're trying to make improvements. We're trying to upgrade our choices and dating. Mexican Iron Man is committed to let go of the past. And yeah, okay.
My problem is I can't tell blonde jokes because I'm married to a blonde and she doesn't fit any of those stereotypes. The broad's smarter than me, for fuck's sake.
It doesn't count. You got an upgrade.
Well, yeah, and this is why I say every time.
Poor you got Netter. Poor Troy. He got poor you.
I am not saying that. No, I know how blessed I am.
Exactly.
But whenever she gets her, like in this picture over here, right? She's got red hair. I said, "Oh, artificial intelligence," and she looks at me and goes, "You're so full of shit." And she's right. I am. I know I am.
Wow.
You know
what? You know what? You better, if you were here right now, I'd hit you with my lightsaber.
Yeah, and
be nice to her.
No. You don't want to hurt your lightsaber. See? But yeah. I wanted to. I'm glad you brought that up.
Henry Cavill. What's next you want to do?
No. You just brought up the topic I'd been meaning to ask you about. So you have these lightsabers you've talked about. What brand are they?
Are you fucking,
where do you get them
like
from?
27 of them in this house. Are you serious?
What?
Well, I assume you've got a preferred company to get them from.
Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Let me show you a couple.
These ones I've seen advertised that can set things on fire.
Well, I've seen there's YouTubers that make like real lightsabers and stuff like that, and that's all, funny and let them hurt themselves. But there are some companies out there that are making some really friggin' good lightsabers, better than the crap that you get from Lucasfilm Disney bullshit. Seriously, and I mean I'm not interested because I do the Klingon thing. I don't do the Star Wars thing as far as cosplay goes. But and I don't need the light up lightsabers. I've got the real Graflex, the original, Luke Skywalker a lightsaber, and I've got a universal remote Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi. Netter got it for me as an anniversary gift.
In fact, if there's anybody out there that would like to build their own holiday special lightsaber, I have hilts for sale.
I am working on a video because I am building a replica of the lightsaber that was used in the holiday special. And Netter got a whole bunch of those Graflex, that particular brand of Graflex that they used for the holiday special. So, we could share them. We could share the wealth, right? But and Boosh is making the comparisons between DC and Marvel. Oh, we could do videos about that. Marvel and DC have been stealing from each other for years. You could do the same thing with, what's his name? Thanos and Darkseid. Same thing. Actually, DC did it twice, because they also did, who's the guy that ran Warworld?
Mongol?
Mongol. Yeah, Mongol. Same thing. They're all the same.
I always thought Apocalypse was the Marvel analog for Darkseid, but maybe it is Thanos. I don't know.
And I always forget which came first, which came second,
the
whatnot.
chicken or the egg?
There we go.
I did not know you guys were into lightsabers. How did I not know that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, so
whoa,
is that a white blade or a blue blade? Oh, those are
oh, cool.
Well, they're a little curved. They're kind of like Dooku's.
So these are the Ahsoka ones.
Oh, those are the Ahsokas. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Neat.
So put those.
And are those Lucasfilm or are those someone else?
So I don't own very many of the Disney ones. The only reasons I bought those is because they don't make them anymore.
Oh, okay.
This one here, handcrafted. This one's 20 years old. Actually, it's older than that. It's 25 years old. This one's handcrafted.
Well, if it's,
okay. Wow.
So you see that trigger box on it, the black box with the that's very, very similar to the ignition unit on the holiday special lightsaber.
Well, if it's 25 years old, it's technically not Disney, right?
No,
absolutely. Nope, you're absolutely right.
By a guy, I bought it from him. I think he's in. This one right here is from the Canadian company. I can't remember the name. This one here, it integrates with the Bluetooth app. Unfortunately, this one is really amazing, but it's the battery. It's not charged right now.
Oh, sure.
So this one has a Bluetooth app along with it. This is probably the most expensive one that I have because it's completely Bluetooth control. It's not. It's one of the two most expensive ones.
So, Mike, do you actually?
And we got this one here. This is a combat one. This one was made in Italy. This is the international combat standard. So when they do the international lightsaber matches, you've probably seen those on YouTube channels.
Yeah.
This is by far the sturdiest lightsaber that I own. It also has the unique. I don't know if it's charged. Let me see. See it? Is it charged? So. Oh, it's not charged, but this is the only one where if you turn it sideways and tilt it, it turns on.
Nice.
Yeah, like a real lightsaber. You know what I mean? Like you could twist it, turn it, and then it turns on. So this one is the most solid one. This one is what's called a full contact lightsaber.
Do you actually duel with them?
Oh yeah, I used to. Not right now because I got a shoulder injury. But I
sure.
With lightsabers. This here is an Ultra Sabers.
I know Ultra Sabers. Sure.
Ultra Sabers gets a lot of bad rap, but this is probably the most durable ass fucking thing that I've dropped this thing so many times.
It's a good looking one.
Yeah, I like the color scheme.
Yeah.
You know, it reminds me of that red and white droid in the A New Hope. Remember the
R5D4?
Yeah.
You are not my Chihuahua father.
So this is one of those Graflex I was telling you about.
Saber Forge. Look at this one.
What?
Look at this. This one's sick.
Holy crap!
Look at this.
Dude!
Look at this.
That is wild!
See, you hold it like this.
It's a fencing foil with a lightsaber blade.
Yes, exactly. I wish it was charged so it would. Let me see if it's going to. No, the battery's dead. So I haven't charged these up in a while because I took them to an event. I took them to Dallas and we were playing around with the lightsabers. Look at this one.
Wow, that is cool.
Is that not gorgeous or what?
That is beautiful.
This is one of my two most expensive ones. This one took 4 years because I ordered it from Saber Forge, and it's basically done in a classic French style of classic French fencing style. Look at that. Isn't that cool?
So Boosh McFadden wants to know if he can borrow the combat saber. He has to go to the DMV in January. It would be a big help.
All right, so those are just what? 2, 4, 6. Those are 7 of
Hello. My name is Luke Skywalker. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Those are 7 of my 25 or 26 lightsabers that I have hanging around the house.
And speaking of Star Wars, Leia Plus Size just joined us. Troy Pacelli, good evening to all the panel. Good evening to you, Mexican Iron Man. Oh, so sweet. Good to see you. So yeah, this is one of those Graflex. This was the model that came out after the one that was used in A New Hope. They're a little bit easier to find, but we got a bunch of them. And there's conversion kits that you can get online. And when I do my video, I'll kind of explain how to take one of these. And, well, I'm not going to go into how to do it, but I will give the links to other people on YouTube that have done videos on how to convert them into the holiday special version of the lightsaber. A lot of people don't know that it was a different lightsaber in the holiday special than it was in Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back.
I bet that fetched
deal with props.
I bet that fetched a pretty penny when it went on auction.
I would imagine so. Yeah, it was. It's a great story. After Star Wars, all the props went back to whoever the property master company was, and when they decided to do the holiday special, they didn't have access to it. So they're like, well, get another whatever it was they used and make another one. Well, that Graflex was old. They had a hard time finding it. So they just grabbed another one. It was a different one. And they were like, just put some bits and bobs on it. All it was hanging on his belt. You know, it's not like he took it out or lit it up or anything. So they got away with it. But they used it in publicity shots, so you can get really good pictures of it, and
Cool.
which I have. So I'm gonna end up making one of those, and like I said, I'll do a video about that in the new year and whatnot. But yeah, no, I know you love those lightsabers, and I was kind of interested in which ones you do. And I also know
I basically own one Galaxy's Edge. Like in terms of official Disney merchandise, I own one Galaxy's Edge Build a Lightsaber. I own one of those. I own the Ahsoka set.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else is from an independent third-party company. Hold on, I got to turn one of them off. It's starting to talk to me. Hold on.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I saw a video where someone was demonstrating one of those lightsabers, and there's like certain things you can do. You hit a button a certain number of times and whatever. You can change the colors, you can change the sound and whatnot. And there's oftentimes a voice that says, this is the Emperor voice, or excuse me, the Emperor version of the lightsaber. This is the such and such version. This is the such and such version. Yeah. I want to say it was one of the toy videos, toy channels that I watch. I can't remember if it was, I can't remember if it was Toy Polloi. It was somebody who doesn't normally do things like lightsabers, or maybe it was Analog Toys. Analog Toys, I know, did one lightsaber video.
Could have been Michael.
No, it wasn't Michael. Michael has a good one from...
yeah, all these lightsabers have what's called sound font settings, so all of these lightsabers will talk to you. Well, not all of them, but about of the 20... God, I don't even know how many I have here in the house. 25, 26 that I still have hanging here. I'd say a good half of them talk to you, so you can change the font settings. And like when you turn it on, it'll say, let your hate flow through you. I mean, they
yeah, exactly. So I was just saying, Michael French from Retroblasting. Yeah, that's what happens when you're getting ready to pour your second tequila. Michael French from Retroblasting has a video from several years back. You could find it if you look for it. He did the name of the video is Don't Eat the Yellow Lightsaber. And what it is it's a talk about how Kenner kept putting out all these figures with yellow lightsabers when none of them were yellow in the movies, and why they were, and why they didn't change them when they had the opportunity, and they should have. And it's actually kind of funny, but very, very informative, as his videos are. Really, really recommend that. I also want to take an opportunity, and I'm going to be all over the place tonight, so you got to expect that.
You mean like normal?
Yeah, exactly. To my blue wrenches, luckily, knock on wood, we haven't been having problems with bots. We haven't been having, any dicks in the channel or anything. What I'd like to ask people to do going forward, and again, everything you guys do is voluntary, so you don't have to do shit. I mean, I definitely appreciate everything you do for me. But if you could do me a favor and make a little note during a stream that you're in, like how far into the video we are, like the timestamp, it's 9:45 or whatever, that I mentioned Michael French from Retroblasting.
Oh, okay.
I want to start annotating. I'll put a comment in later on, or you could.
Troy, we call those timestamps.
Yeah, timestamps, exactly. So that we can comment, and Michael French can know I mentioned him in this video, and Toy Polloi can know I mentioned him, and Analog Toys can know I mentioned him. Not that, my, less than 600 subscribers, don't mean anything to these big channels, but they might be encouraged to know people are talking about it, So
yeah, even if they're Mexican people.
I should think so. And when I talk about Mexicans, it's because they're friends of mine, and I'm talking positively about them.
Hey, you don't have to reach out to me, bro. I am Mexican Iron Man is here to announce to everyone in chat, ladies and gentlemen, special announcement, VIP announcement here on the last call with Troy Pacelli and the AIDS Boomer, and of course, Netters Network.
Of course.
Mexican Iron Man is hashtag Team Colonizer.
Team Colonizer.
What?
There you go.
Yes. I'm hashtag Team Colonizer because I just want to thank the white people for their work and their efforts. I understand some of my ancestors may have had some challenging days and nights out on the prairie,
Holy
But from Mexican Iron Man standpoint, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, I just want to say, hold on, let me turn the head around. Mexican Iron Man is hashtag Team Colonizer. I'd like to thank the white people for their contributions. Mexican Iron Man does not want to live in a teepee. No.
right?
No.
Right?
And Mexican Iron Man, the pyramids are beautiful, but they did not have HVAC. There was no air conditioning or heating in those fucking stone pyramids, okay? So I'm just saying.
You're right. You're right.
Thank you for the HVAC, the concrete, the asphalt. Mexican Iron Man loves his life here on Hilton Head. I'm on a golf course. I'm right off the water.
It's actually no different from what I've been saying all along. People bitch and moan about, we stole the land and blah, 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 blah. Well, that's fine. Why aren't you living on a reservation? Why are you still living here? Why don't you go back to the country of your ancestors?
No, we're good.
See?
White people, yes.
Honesty. I love that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Hashtag Cracker Nation. Yes.
Cracker Nation.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. No, we're all at least.
I mean, I love all these people that bitch, whether it's third, fourth, fifth wave feminists or whether it's these new beta ass bitches. I love all these people that bitch and complain about how awful it is. I'm like, you know what, motherfuckers? 150, 60 years ago, you didn't have electricity.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking moron.
It's exactly right. Gonna
chop your own firewood too.
Yeah.
Well, that's just it. You see these videos about people working at Twitter and getting wine on tap, and now I'm going to go play some games. Now I'm going to go to the nap room, the safe space,
the funny thing is I was watching all you YouTubers all freak out about like, oh my God, look at how they look. Bro, it's been like, I'm from Silicon Valley. I'm from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
It has been like that since 2002, since the .com era. That shit started years ago. One of the transactions that my firm handled, because, I run a tax accounting and audit firm in my day job, right? When I'm not YouTubing, right? So one of the things that we did is we did the acquisition of a company that Twitter bought in San Francisco. Bro, first day I'm there at lunch, I'm like, well, we're going to go break for lunch. They're like, why are you leaving the building? I'm like, because it's lunchtime. We're going to go. Is there a Subway around here? They're like, no, just sit down. They had a fucking chef.
And this is why these companies are going bankrupt now. It's like, for fuck's sake,
And that's why Elon Musk said no more free lunches, no more.
Yeah, and then I saw all the tweets going out, pictures of brown bags. Here's a suggestion, a life hack, if you will.
Oh, no.
I mean, seriously. No, we have a whole generation. What is it? I know I'm going to fuck it up because I'm drunk, but it's like hard times make strong men make good times. Times
No.
make
Let me help you.
Thank you.
Hold on. Hard times create strong men.
Right.
Strong men create fill in the blank.
Good times.
And good times create weak
men. Yeah.
And weak men create bad times.
Yep. Bad times create.
Yeah, Mexican Iron Man is not one of those weak ass motherfuckers. That's for sure.
Well, and we're all of that generation too, right? I mean, we're not all exactly the same generation, but we're all old enough to remember the lessons that we learned.
Troy,
right?
I got to tell you something. Until recently, I for a good 30 years, I was a bleeding heart leftist, liberal, progressive wacko.
Yeah.
Dude, I voted for. You want to hear a news flash?
So.
Mexican Iron Man voted for Hillary in 2016.
And then you found out some things, didn't you?
Then I did some research.
Yeah. That is the big problem, right? All these people, social media, the problem is everyone was given a microphone, figuratively speaking, or in the case of YouTube, literally speaking, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, everyone thinks their shit don't stink. And they're wagging the finger at you, forgetting that when you point at somebody, you got three others pointing back at you, right? Check yourself first. And what is it, confession through projection and all that kind of shit. It's like, maybe you don't know as much as you think, And I think a lot of people are starting to realize a whole lot of things. The past 3 years have been very eye-opening for a lot of people.
Yes and no. The problem is that this country lacks courage, this country lacks conviction, and this country lacks the ability to take action. And by when I say this country, I mean the people in it.
Well, Pacific 414, most of us live in the real world where you got to actually do a day's labor to make, your bank. You got to, take care of yourself and not expect the government and your company to take care of you. I mean, fuck. What are we all thinking, right? I mean, it's fucking crazy.
Are you saying, Troy, that you don't live the high life where you just go to the wine bar at 3:00 in the afternoon for your?
Well, now that I work from home, I technically could if I wanted to, I suppose.
Because we got a full liquor bar.
Because I got a full liquor bar. Thank you, Gray Still Plays, another big YouTuber.
I don't know if any of you watch a YouTuber called It's a Gundam, but he did a video about I think it's like how some of these tech firms or whatever, their jobs are like adult daycare. Like you had some girl working for LinkedIn, and she's getting snacks and fancy teas in the morning, and go play ping pong ball. And the thing, it's like.
Real quick, I want to say hi to Brandon, the anime guy who dropped in, previous guest on the channel.
I need 2 minutes. I got to go get some ice.
Yeah, go for it. We'll continue to talk. That's how this channel goes, and I super appreciate it.
It's like it's a real bar. I'm like, Troy, can you take care of the guests that are just coming into the bar? I gotta go to
the whole
I gotta go to the ice machine and get some more ice machine in the back and load the cooler.
So one of the actually the only Patreon that I patron. I don't know.
What?
Patreon, Patreon, right? And you Patreon. You
give people the monies. Yes, okay.
Right. The only one that I actually Patreon is Michael French from Retro Blasting, who I will be having on again in 2023. He said he'd come back, so I'm going to hold him to that. He's good people, but.
That just means he didn't scare him off.
I know. But that's just it. He gets the whole shtick of this channel, right? And one of the commentaries he was doing in his community was he was talking about, the community, and the community being like a pub where we get together and we chat and we, punch each other in the arm and we say shit about each other. But, it's just friends being friends and whatnot. And I responded back. I was like, yeah, that seems on brand for me. He goes, yeah, we because he said that when he was on the channel. He's like, we totally, same wavelength. And I love it when somebody comes on the channel and totally. And what was it? 2 weeks ago when we had author. I'm too drunk to remember anything now. TJ Manrique, same thing. He was like keyed in. He had gone to the channel. He saw what it was about, and he's like, "Oh, I get this. Yeah, I'm a Scotch guy, and
it's a shtick.
He even said, in real life, he's been a bartender. So I'm like, wow, him and Joker Voice are two guests that I've had on as. The conceit of the channel is my guests are the guest bartender, but TJ Manrique and Joker Voice both really have been or are bartenders in real life, which I just thought was kind of cool. It's just, but anyway, so yeah, but and Tim, thank you. So you know what? Just real quick to everybody in the chat, I appreciate how you guys greet each other and really make it a community. I know I'm less than 600 subscribers, but you guys that are regulars, God, I super appreciate you because you really do make it a community. There we go. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to. I could put a comment up, but I can't take it down. I don't know what's wrong with me. But Oh, I lost Agent Boomer. Let's bring him back in. You okay, Boomer?
I'm fine. I'm at the main house, so the internet's a little wonky. But I saw a tip on Streamer. I'm like, pro tip: plugging into the internet works better than Wi-Fi. And I felt like Johnny Carson saying, "I did not know that." I'm kidding. I'm just
I was going to say, really?
I did know that. Ethernet, yes. Anyway,
I'll tell you what. If I'm not plugged directly in, because I am literally sitting. I'm working off a tower. The tower is plugged directly into, the home network. I do have a laptop which I use for the watch parties and whatnot. But if I were using that to stream, that means something's wrong. I'm having a problem and it's an emergency.
So
there was a night Netter and I were out.
Really?
We had. I had gotten a flat, and I didn't know if I was going to make it home in time for the stream. And I was literally thinking in my mind, I guess I could stream from my phone, I suppose. I mean, and then my other thought was, you know what? I could call Agent Boomer. I could reach out to Deleted Scenes. They could let the community know if I had to, if I had to cancel the stream or whatever.
Cancel what stream?
No. We were just talking about a month back. I had a flat when I was out of the house. How was I going to stream? Technically, I could do it from my phone, but it wouldn't have worked.
Since this is a drinking type of thing, look what this is. These are the Big Poppy David Ortiz cigars. Note that it's signed. Oops.
Ooh, nice. Have you had one yet?
Dude, I've been tearing up this box. I have been tearing up this box. Look at
Dude,
this.
pace yourself. My gosh.
may I ask?
I've had this box sealed for a year, and then I finally the other day said, you know what? Screw it.
Yeah, cigars are not like alcohol. They don't keep. You gotta enjoy them while you can enjoy them. Nice.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Cavill is unfortunately out as Superman,
Yep.
how do we feel about him as James Bond?
That'd be great.
I think he would be perfect myself, but
Well,
I say yes. What say you?
yes, I say yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, and Boomer, you know my opinion on it, but I don't think the rest of the chat knows. I am all for it if they can go back to doing real James Bond.
Well, that's the problem.
I think the next James Bond is going to be a person of color, transsexual, gender fluid, something or other,
Well,
but
technically, James Bond is dead, even though that credit came in at the end saying James Bond will be back. I'm like, how? You just killed him.
yeah, that
I
was.
figured they would be Daniel Craig's corpse in the next movie, and the bad guys are still wanting to get that nanovirus out of him.
So, at the risk of brown nosing, retro blasting, I'm a fan. I am, and I'm gonna reference him when I'm gonna reference him. Michael did a video a couple weeks back talking about Indiana Jones, and he said that Indiana Jones kind of went off the track with The Last Crusade, because Indiana Jones was always meant to be a serialized character. It was never meant to be Harrison Ford forever. It was the kind of character that should have been like James Bond, where they recast over and over and over again. Once they locked themselves into Harrison Ford, we end up where we are now. And I never thought about it that way until he said it, and I was like, okay, I can see that. James Bond has always been that way until Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig does not fit the serialized James Bond. He is separate and apart from all the other James Bonds. All the other James Bonds can coexist as if they were the same guy, just played by different actors. Daniel Craig rebooted, and he's something else entirely, and then they fucking killed him off. That James Bond is dead to me. I mean, literally.
That's another thing where they didn't really have a plan going forward, did they, with that Craig Bond series?
Other than subvert expectations and get the message out. No, yeah, exactly.
Look, I've seen every James Bond movie that's come out since like day one. I've seen them multiple times. And I know I'm going to be controversial, but I'm Mexican, so I'm going to do it. Here we go. You ready? I pretty much like all the Daniel Craig movies.
Even the last one?
Which was the last one?
No Time to Die.
You know, No Time to Die. How many did he do? He did 4, right?
He did 5.
5. Okay, so let's go. So I'm going to rank them. Casino Royale, number 1. Skyfall, number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is the one where it started up that they were in Mexico? Is that Skyfall? No.
No, that's Spectre.
Spectre's number 3. The last one is number 4, and then that weird one in the desert's number 5.
Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace.
You know, deleted scenes makes a great point. And this is a big part of why we have all the shit problems we have. We tend to blame the SJWs and the message and all that. Sometimes that's not it. Sometimes that's an excuse. It's really shit like this, where they have mixed up fucking rights, where they can use something and they can't use something else, and it's all just fucked up bullshit.
Like, I mean, you could do a Clarice Starling series, but you can't actually use Hannibal Lecter on it.
For fuck's sake, right? I mean, what the fuck? Really? That's what I'm talking about.
I have a request. I don't think age boomers should be doing the show and at the same time drinking and running a fucking lawnmower at the same time.
Well, at least he lives in a place where at this time of year he still has to cut the lawn. I mean,
don't bring that up. Oh.
Age boomer's more Mexican than I am. Look at his lawn cutting skills.
Yes, yes, you are. Yes, good point. But let's cut Boomer a little bit of a break. He's still recovering from Hurricane Ian, so you know. I mean, is the grass growing, or is it like all dead because it was flooded?
No, it's growing. It's usually in the winter it slows down, but I think it's finally starting to get cool down here. But it took forever this time around.
Gotcha.
Mosquitoes were still flying about today. It's like, go away already.
I'm sure. Oh. And Mike, if you, I'm not monetized, so it doesn't matter. If you want to go ahead and light up, you absolutely can. You know,
dude, I'm in my house, I'm in my studio. I'm not going to light this thing.
Okay. I don't know.
It's going to smell like cigar. I mean, no.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, no. If I had cigars, Netter wouldn't let me.
Wait, are you saying YouTube doesn't like you smoking on screen?
Exactly. You can have the cigar in your mouth, but if you light up, they would demonetize the channel, yeah. Or they would demonetize the stream, I should say.
I'm Mexican. Most of my life I've been demonetized.
Right? I get that. I grew up working class Italian. I understand that.
Look at me trying to be an SJW victim.
So
no, going back to what you were saying about that, Mike, this whole idea of the used to be lefties, I'm sure that whatever the beliefs you grew up with are probably still a part of you, but
no.
You don't believe in liberal mindset type?
Fuck no.
Keep in mind when I say that, I'm assuming it's.
I grew up hating. Here's one example. I grew up hating guns and hating weapons, and thinking that my stepdad was a gun nut, and my brother, who was into guns, was freaking crazy and a wacko weirdo, anarchist, conservative, whatever the hell. Yeah, well, right now, let's just put it this way. I got enough weaponry that if the zombies come across the island bridge, I can pretty much, take care of this whole block. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Real quick, I want to address Leia Plus Size first. I got to say this to everybody. I would never hate anybody in this chat. Whether you agree with me, disagree with me, have a different opinion than me, I love you all. You're like family to me. Netter says it at the end of every stream, and I really mean it, and that's fine. But I think you're misunderstanding. It's Mike that feel strongly about Cavill. I
couldn't care less.
Yeah, I couldn't care less.
You know what? But Leia, hold on. Leia's got a good point. Bond would have been better for Cavill. You know what? Did you see Henry Cavill in Mission Impossible, the last one, as an agent?
I haven't seen anything but the first Mission Impossible.
Boomer, did you?
I did. He was great in it. That's why,
dude. Wasn't he fucking awesome, Boomer?
Yeah, he was
Tell him your idea, Boomer. Tell him what you said to me today.
Well, this was before I was almost thinking. I was throwing things around at Troy like if they had to reboot this, and I think I had mentioned that Cavill's actually, I mean, I know people see him as the hero type, but he's very good at playing heavies, bad guys, as we saw in the Mission Impossible. I was thinking, what if they were to cast him as General Zod in a future Superman movie? I don't know.
Bro, I think that would be a brilliant idea, Boomer.
Because he's intimidating if he has to be.
Yeah,
I mean, I know he's not a mean guy.
I loved him in Mission Impossible. I'm like, you know what? That made me realize he would be a great Bond. So I'm with.
So here was my response when he said that. I'm like, no, I can't see him as Zod because I can't see Zod without the Terrence Stamp beard and hairline. But then I thought about it a little bit more, and I thought, well, first off, they could CG it in. I was making a joke, obviously, based on the removing the mustache thing. But I was like, the more I thought about it, I'm like, damn, the bro could grow a beard. Yeah, I could freaking see him as Zod. Why not? And oh my gosh, if he were to be in a Superman movie and he was playing Zod and he delivered the line, kneel before Zod. Oh man, it'd be like all off the hook. And then you'd have that Star Wars girl just going off on that line. She'd be like, I'm kneeling, no problem,
Oh no.
Wow, I was never on the stream tonight.
At any rate,
I know if she doesn't follow this stream, but if she did, she'd agree with me. She would agree with me. Right?
Probably. What was I going to talk about? There's something else that just happened. What shit? I just had a thought. Oh, guess what movie I just saw?
What?
Avatar.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I saw Midnight's Edge today, so I knew you saw it. And you liked it.
Yeah, well, unbelievably, Mexican Iron Man was not excited to see more blue indigenous people in the water.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
Troy, I'm not... Boomer, Troy, Netter, did you guys see my Wakanda Forever review?
Yes.
Yes, I did. You didn't care for it. Maybe your opinion's changed since then. You've warmed up to a little bit. No, I'm kidding.
Real quick, I want
no.
I real quick want to greet Jedi Bill, who just came to the stream. I love Jedi Bill. Jedi Bill, you were the one who got me to get over my fanboyness and reach out to Michael French. And I think you saw he was on my channel, and I super appreciate that. And I now consider Michael French to be an actual friend, loving this community. And I just wanted to take an opportunity to thank you for that, Jedi Bill. But anyway, but back to...
We have some complaints in the chat, by the way. Tom Connors is bored.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Tom! I didn't even know you were still here. I figured you just came in, said hi, and left.
Tom Connors is bored. Apparently, we are boring Tom Connors of Midnight's Edge After Dark. Tom is bored. Look at his other comment. It's just dots. He's so bored that he's typing dots in the chat. Wow. You know, Tom?
Okay, Tom, I'm sending a midget to your house, bitch.
Okay. Avatar, Way of Water, will it save the box office, you think, Mikey?
Yeah, what's your prediction on the box office on that?
I'm probably going to be wrong. This is what I predicted. Opening weekend, 225 to 255 million, and overall 1.5 to 1.75 billion for its entire run international.
Leia Plus Size, thanks you for speaking the truth regarding Wakanda Forever. I'll tell you, Leia Plus Size, everything that comes out of Mike's mouth is the truth, whether you like it or not. He's not holding fucking back.
You know, one of the things that I took a lot of heat on in that Wakanda review, that Wakanda review was important to me because what I thought was neat was that I did it for Paulie, but then Andre talked to Paulie, grabbed it from Paulie's channel, and then put it up on Midnight's Edge. And for whatever reason, I've got like a real complex. Like, I feel like, I want to help all these channels. Like, I want to be supportive. So if someone asks me to come on or mod or whatever, I want to be supportive, and I have this complex that I feel like I'm not adding value. And so that video where I did the rant and Andre put it up, I was like, okay, cool. I feel like I added value to Midnight Edge channels. And of course, Tom will tell me I'm an idiot because he'll say I always add value. But that was that made me feel really good. But one of the things I took a lot of heat from is that I didn't talk about the black man experience, but I didn't feel that was really my role. I want to talk about it as a father, as a dad, as a Latino. But yeah, man, that was a tough movie to watch. I was really surprised that I walked out of Avatar the way I did. I thought I was done with blue indigenous people, whether they're Mexican or not. Yeah. I mean, I was kind of like, okay, blue indigenous people in the water. Fuck, I thought I was done in Wakanda. But I loved Avatar too. I'm not gonna say it's one of my top 10 movies of all time. But I'm just gonna say I really had a good time. And I was really surprised, but it made me feel good as a dad. It was a family movie. I can't wait to take my kid to see it. I can't wait to go see it in 4DX. I saw it in 3D on an IMAX screen. I want to go see it in 4DX and get the full experience of it.
Real quick, I want to shout out Brandon, who's saying woke kinda for never. That's a good one. I've been calling it Wakanda for no one, to be honest with you.
And the big thing, Troy, is that James Cameron's graphics CGI, the 3D, dude, it made every recent Marvel movie that I've seen look like shit. It made the CGI Doctor Strange look like shit. It made
and what you said
like shit. When James Cameron said last week that his shit was better than the other shit, I was like, damn, what a cocky, arrogant asshole. You know what though, Troy? Boomer? Never.
It's not cocky if it's true.
No.
Dude, I was sitting there in the theater like, oh my God, everything else sucks compared to this.
No. There was an adage that I learned when I took shop class in high school. The right tool for the right job, right? And CG has its place. Boomer and I have gone round and round about CG. And, I like to push his buttons about it. But the reality is, there's a time to use CG and there's a time to use practical, right? And if you're going to do it, you better fucking do it right. If you can't do it right, you better fucking do it practical. And James Cameron understands that. He uses CG, he uses CG right. And he uses practical, he does it right.
Let me tell you one thing he should have done, though. This movie could have easily been done an hour. He should have cut an hour of this movie.
That's what everyone's saying, yeah.
Bro, he should have cut an hour out of this fucking movie and just gone straight to chapters 3 and 4 because I'll tell you this much. I think I guessed it right as to when to take a break in the movie. Because, dude, it's 3.5. I mean, dude, with you go in, you get your popcorn, you sit down, you got all your previews. This thing just... Dude, I mean, it was a 5.5 hour trip. It was a major project.
Mike, how does it compare to She-Hulk? Bush is asking. I think he's asking that tongue in cheek. I think he knows the answer.
I mean, not to get off of Avatar, but I'm wondering, is he referring to this to Wakanda Forever? Because which is the worst Marvel property this year? Was it Wakanda Forever or was it She-Hulk?
No, and I think that we also have to, what Tom is saying here, I saw Midnight's Edge today, and what Paul Chato was saying about, the cost of movies. And I've been screaming this on my channel. We need to get these fucking budgets under control, right? You need to spend as little money as possible to make the maximum profit. The movie is not going to do well because of great special effects. It's going to do okay because of great special effects. You better have the story and the acting. You need to grab the audience. If you don't do that, look, Star Wars was done on a fairly shoestring budget. They found a way to make cutting edge special effects that didn't exist before. Star Wars happened 100% practical. There was no CG back then. The CG they used was, the DOS-based computer screen that showed the Death Star, which looked like ass, It
had a charm to it.
It had it fit the time that it was in.
Yeah.
But those fight scenes with the miniatures and stuff, Come on, right? That's why Lucasfilm exists today, right? Skywalker sound and all that stuff. Innovate, people.
I am going to say this.
I got to correct you. Lucasfilm exists today for Kathleen Kennedy to have white wine parties with her little writers group.
Right, and Jennifer Lawrence started the whole fucking thing.
I was thinking back to Alita Battle Angel, though. That had excellent CG. That was another Cameron.
Did you see the recent news about Alita Battle Angel? I don't know.
No, what? What news?
Help me out here. Cameron and
Robert
Rodriguez.
The director? Robert
Rodriguez. Yeah, they were in a conversation online, and they said we need to do I think it was Rodriguez said we need to do another Alita Battle Angel.
Oh, there's an article that appeared. It says published 14 hours ago. James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez. Oh, here, you want me to share it? Let me share it.
Yes, that is yes. You share it and I'll bring it up.
Look, Mexican Iron Man's working your live stream. James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez swear blood oath to make Alita Battle Angel 2. Well, fuck, it's about fucking time. Directors James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez are more eager than ever to bring a sequel to Alita Battle Angel to the big screen, with the pair swearing a blood oath that they will make the movie a reality. The filmmakers exchange fluids. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Blood oath. It's a blood oath.
Oh, during a director-on-director interview courtesy of Variety. That just sounds Hollywood weird. During which Cameron revealed that there is still plenty of story to be told and many intricate details still to be revealed to the world of Alita. No, she's just got to go up there and beat the other guy's ass. Quote,
I mean, for fuck's sake, the first Alita movie, what it did right was it followed the source material. They know what they're fucking doing.
For me, it's a journey of discovery. You set down a path and you've got some vague goals in mind. I just start writing a lot of notes. But you know this because I gave you 600 pages of notes on Alita about the world and how cyborgs work. I don't know how helpful any of that was, but that's my process. Cameron and Rodriguez committed to Alita Battle Angel 2. It's just one of several promising updates regarding the much and desired project. Producer John Lando recently revealed that conversations are currently taking place regarding the further adventure. Oh, fucking ads. Regarding the further, that's what happens when you get a Mexican producer. Are currently that's what happens when you bring a Mexican producer as a guest. Conversations are currently taking place regarding the further adventures of the Battle Angel, saying there's a little film called Alita Battle Angel that we would love to circle back and do a sequel to, and been talking to Robert Rodriguez about that, and hopefully that comes to fruition. Dude, I fucking love that movie. You know, one of the gifts that Tom gave me was Alita Battle Angel.
So I follow the Alita Army on Twitter and whatnot, and share out all their tweets and stuff because
I have watched that movie at least 10 times. I fucking love that movie.
We bought like 4 or 5 copies of the DVD and just gave them out as gifts just because we wanted it. I mean, what's her name? Oh, what's the girl that played Alita?
Rosa Salazar.
Rosa Salazar. Oh,
Rosa Salazar.
She is so sweet. There's a clip of her going around on the internet where she's at a signing at a convention, and she looks up and she goes, "Buy those DVDs, baby!" And it's like, or buy those Blu-rays, baby. And it's like, abso-friggin-lutely. So I just like I said to the Snyder bots out there, why didn't you go and support that movie, and make it profitable so it would still exist today? I did that with Alita. I bought 5 DVDs.
Well, she's got to hurry up because she's 37. She's not exactly what we would call a Mexican spring.
Keep in mind, she's all CG though. She just has to do the motion capture.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I have to give her points though. She that was a very physical performance she gave in that. I mean,
I would love to meet Alita in real life and give her a a physical performance.
Oh God. I understand what you're saying. I really do. But let me say this.
Sorry, the lovely Sherry, if you're still in chat.
Let me say this. Rosa Salazar is so good with the fans. She is She is the anti-Brie Larson. She really is. There is nobody that can say anything negative about her. She appreciates her fans. She never says anything negative about them. She never says anything negative about her detractors that I have seen. Just saying. There was a time in Hollywood when a star was measured by their public, how the public felt about them. Nowadays, fuck, I got called out. I knew it was going to happen eventually. So, anybody who's a Doctor Who fan knows Captain Jack, right? He is, help me out, John Barrowman, right?
Yes.
He is of Scottish descent, I think, but he grew up in the United States, so he pronounces some words with Britishism. I do that as well because I grew up as an Anglophile. When I heard Rush Limbaugh pronounce words like appreciate, schedule, and so forth.
My mother's English.
My mother-in-law was English, so I just, there are certain words that I pronounce in the British.
Hello.
That doesn't mean that I'm fancy. It just means it's
Hello,
it's an
Age
affectation.
Boomer. Hello, Boomer. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Netta.
Hello, Matanui.
Marky.
Hello, John Boy.
Now, Marky, what region are you are you from then? If you're English,
I know you're Lancashire, but
I'm Lancashire after my mum, Oldham
Yes.
Lassie.
Tom's
Wow.
picking up. Tom, I gotta, please let me just say I appreciate you hanging out with us as long as you have. I mean, when a big YouTuber like
Right,
Tom
like
Connors,
this is the Tom Connors Jr. of Midnight Sage After Dark has actually been here. Like he didn't leave after 5 minutes. We're like, wow.
I know it's like
It's one of two things. We're either A, doing something right, or B, he just wants to watch us do a train wreck.
it's a train wreck and he wants to watch it. Right?
Right.
Exactly.
He's like, how bad can these YouTubers do a live stream? Let's watch.
I had one time I had.
But I'm not a YouTuber.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's
Troy,
true.
let me ask you this question. There's a debate going around.
Yes.
Is Mexican Iron Man a YouTuber? Yes or no?
I mean, if you were to go to your channel right now and look at it, you'd have to say no. I mean, you have very little content, but you're something else. You are somewhere in between. You are a regular guest on channels, so
Yeah, he's
what does that
professional
make
guest.
you? Not exactly a YouTuber, but not a peanut
I
gallery
would
guy.
say he's a YouTuber.
Kinda.
I just put up a video about Sammy the Squirrel.
I saw that.
Netter,
Sammy the Squirrel.
Netter, did you see me save Sammy the Squirrel?
I did.
Netter is a big squirrel. She feeds the squirrels every day.
If I won't come by me-
I left him a little pile of almonds and walnuts. It was so cute. The next morning I went out and he was by the tree by the pool eating them, and it was a thick pile, like about that high, and there were like just a few left. It was so cute. I was just. What did Tom say? Go back. What is that?
Okay. I'll go through them in order.
What'd he say?
He said Mikey's a YouTuber's YouTuber, which is like an actor's actor. And then he's referring to your squirrel video, saying it was a masterpiece.
Yeah. Well, frickin' Sammy jumped back in the pool, but he's doing good now. He's kind of getting a little friendly. Like he's like hanging out like now by the rear sliding glass door. And it's funny because he's got these real interesting markings. So I can tell he's very different compared to the other squirrels. But yeah. So I'm not. Look, I made a squirrel video. That doesn't count as being a YouTuber.
And real quick, I try to call out whenever I can. The lovely Sherry is so encouraging. She really is. She's like Matanui, really all you regulars. I mean, I super appreciate you guys being here. You guys encourage the hell out of me. You really, really do. Just wanted to share that. I was so excited when I got a community tab, although I'm not using it. Bad Troy. Bad Troy. But
Yeah, he complains so bitterly, like, I'm only this much away from getting my community tab.
well, yeah, I was. You needed to have a certain number of subscribers to get a community tab.
Yeah,
Then I got
500.
Yeah, then I got 500, and they opened it up to anybody who has a YouTube channel. I'm like, fuck you, YouTube. Not really.
I don't think so, dude. I don't. Is that true? I thought you have
Yes.
500.
Nope, because
Nope. Ask Deleted Scenes. He'll tell you.
I don't even have 200 yet.
And
I
she's got a
it.
community tab. I'm like, oh, fuck, man. It doesn't mean anything anymore, but I don't care. I don't care.
Speaking of which, I am only 13 away from 200.
If you are not subscribed to Netter's Network,
Well, why not?
By
yeah.
the way, Netter,
Do you
I
hate Netter of Netter's Network?
Netter,
What the hell's wrong with you?
I generally don't like movie watch parties at all. I had such a fucking blast of fun, good times when we did ours with Paulie. I got to tell you that it was. Look, I've been on a lot of amazing live streams. It is easily that one that we did that night, one of my most favorite ever. Oh, the Dork Night is here. No, Netter, but on a serious tip, the way you guys ran it and the way it went, it was just awesome. It was really a good time. I had such a good time on that stream. Dork Night's here. All right, okay. Stream shut down.
Well, I do other things besides just the every other Saturday watch party. I do have other videos out. Mostly they're like how-tos and things like that. Or
don't call them hacks. She's trying to teach you guys some skill. Not you guys, but people that don't otherwise have access to the information. Someone to tell them how to do simple things.
Towards females because I'm a female, but a lot of them are unisex. Like, when you got that really great box that you want to keep, but takes up a lot of room, how to fold to make it take up less space.
Oh, she's got a whole series on remodeling our bathroom.
Yeah, I'm still editing that.
Yeah.
I'm on.
You guys do that yourselves, like remodeling and stuff?
Yeah, it's more like updating.
Kind of the cheap way.
Yeah, I should do more of that, Boomer. But like, I'm like Mexican, but not. Boomer, I'm like Mexican, but not.
You're not Mexican enough.
I'm not like that Mexican. Like I go to Home Depot and I start to get the shakes, Boomer.
Oh,
dude! You see all the paints, and you're like, I can't decide on what color, what shade of.
Look.
I'm going to say something controversial, Troy, on your channel. I hopefully don't get you.
Go for it.
Monetized, blocked, or whatever the hell it is. Whatever, I don't know what it is.
Whatever.
Shadow banned, whatever the hell. Look. Mexican Iron Man sees a job like that, like remodeling a bathroom, and he says to himself, there's got to be Mexicans that I can hire to do that shit.
No, let me tell you something. Mike.
Yeah,
Netter and I will go into a Home Depot, right? And I will look at the tools. It's like going into a toy store for me, right? I'll go in and I'll go, oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. And Netter's like, I'll buy it for you. And I'm like... I don't really need it.
Okay, you know why it's like that for you, bro? Troy?
Why?
Because you're like #Cracker Nation. I go to Home Depot, bro. I'm sitting there looking at which bolt I need for something to do it, and then I'll get someone tap me on the shoulder like, excuse me, sir, can you tell me where like the aluminum siding is at? I'm like, I don't fucking work here.
Oh, I've had that happen to me too. I've had that happen. Netter's had that happen to her. She's wearing a fucking blue sweater when she goes into Target and people are asking her, how can I find... And you know what she does? She shows them where the stuff is because she knows. She doesn't fucking work there, but she's too nice to not help people.
I had one little old man chase me down a couple of aisles because I was wearing a red jacket and Target's red and khaki or whatever. He was like, I'm trying to find whatever it was. And he was like, by the pharmacy? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't work here, so I don't know medicines, but the pharmacist is right there and they can help you.
So Boomer and Netter, I have a news flash for you. Okay, ready? Let's play a quiz. Okay. What kind of Mexican is Mexican Iron Man? We're gonna play a quiz. You ready?
Oh God.
All right.
Here we go. Here we fucking go.
Mexican Iron Man is what kind of Mexican? A, Walmart, B, Target.
Ooh, good question.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say
Walmart.
I'm gonna say Target.
Netter?
I'm saying Walmart.
Troy?
Dollar store.
And let me tell you why I'm saying Walmart.
I've had a lot of these tonight.
Let me
Walmart
explain to you
has
something.
a bigger selection, and they're cheaper.
No. Fuck Walmart. Mexican Iron Man is not going to wait in line for fucking 40 minutes to pay for shit.
I forgot about that part.
And number one, I don't give a shit about price. I'm
The people that shop
I've
at
got
Walmart
David
are
Ortiz.
assholes.
I've got David Ortiz hand-signed cigars. Mexican Iron Man does not care about cheap and price.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Walmart drives me up the fucking wall. There are some times where
so
I will...
Ace Boomer's one. Troy for same dollar store. I'm never going to be on the stream again. Netter, you come.
Dude, I shop at the fucking dollar store.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of cracker, and I'm not that kind of Mexican. Okay, Netter gets 0 points, but it's a good effort. All right, next quiz. You ready for the next one?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, hold on. I gotta get the hat backwards. Hold on. Okay, next quiz.
I'm fucked already.
What kind of Mexican is Mexican Iron Man? Does Mexican Iron Man Home Depot, Lowe's, or Ace Hardware?
Ooh.
Oh, that's hard. I mean, Netter and I are Ace
Hardware.
Well,
Okay, that's what Ace Boomer says. Netter?
Well, you didn't say Menards, so that's not on the table. So I'd probably go with Ace Hardware.
I'm going with Ace.
Troy?
Hardware.
You get more of the personal touch.
You all win. Ace Hardware. All right.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to go bonus
No,
round.
wait. Stop. You got to say why. I have my idea
Mexican
why.
Iron Man is trying to get in and out. He wants customer service. He doesn't want a line. He doesn't give a fuck about price.
Customer service. Fuck. Ace Hardware beats all the others hands down.
Mexican Iron Man has scotch to drink in his little red fancy scotch cup. You see that?
Ace Hardware is not like in your face, bothering you. You ask them, they will help you.
Mexican Iron Man has cigars to smoke. He doesn't have time to wait line. But okay, now we go bonus round. Okay. Bonus round. Okay. Lowe's or Home Depot? What kind of Mexican is Mexican Iron Man? Go.
My favorite?
My favorite's Lowe's of the two.
Netter, Troy?
Yeah, I prefer Lowe's because their customer service is better.
Okay. Boomer. What kind of Mexican is Mexican Iron Man?
I'm going to go with Lowe's.
Okay. Troy. I know you're googly-eyed over retroblasting, but shout out to Mike.
Fuck you, man.
Shout out to Mike at Retroblasting, one of the greatest YouTubers. And can I just say, Mike, with his videos and all of the stuff that he's in the middle of, that he's handled over the last several years, Retroblasting is one of the first channels I subscribed to. This is a YouTuber of immense integrity.
And let me just say, my favorite guests have been Mike's. I just got to say that.
Oh, you know what? Don't give me that bullshit. I know Retroblasting's an upgrade for me. I'm like the diversity, inclusion, and equity hire.
You are Mike.
You're like it's the end of the year. Who can I get? Retroblasting's not available. Let's call the Mexican.
Look, I follow.
I get it. No, I get it.
I follow Mike.
Retroblasting is universally loved. He's super smart. He's like,
oh no. He's not feeling universally loved. He needs to be loved on right now because he is not universally loved.
Well, you know why he's not universally loved? Because he has integrity. He has integrity.
Well, you have a point there. Yes.
And when you have integrity and you stand for something, then not everybody's gonna love you. I fucking love Retroblasting, and I know. And
what was your question? I kind of lost track.
Troy, I'm okay that you love Mike from Retroblasting more than Mexican Iron Man Mike because
I didn't say that.
No, it's okay. We already discussed this. I'm hashtag Team Colonizer.
Yes, yes, you are. Yes, you fucking are. Michael, Michael French. I have been mentioning you all through the chat, so you're a little late to the game if you want to go back and hear all the things I've said about you.
5920 was one of them.
Oh, you've been keeping track of...
Oh, no, just that last one.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But, I'm sorry, I've lost track of what the question was now.
He didn't ask the question, he just said...
Yeah, you know what? Here's Here's the funny part. Here's how you know how much the Troy Pacelli channel values diversity. Retro Blasting shows up and the Mexican is like, whatever.
It has nothing to do with diversity. It just has to do with how awesome Michael French is. That's what it is.
I love you, Mikey.
Thank
you know what? I gotta say.
By the way, anyone that answered Lowe's is correct because Mexican Iron Man hates fucking Home Depot.
Really?
You know why I hate Home Depot? You know what the biggest reason is? True story. The biggest reason I fucking hate Home Depot is other Mexicans in Home Depot talk to me about where the fuck shit is.
My problem with Home Depot is you ask for help. I swear you gotta run after people.
No. Yeah, it's like you go into Home Depot and they scatter like roaches.
Yeah, it's like, for fuck's sake, can I just get directions to the whatever section? For fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's like you don't even have to walk me there. Just point in the general direction. Where can I find...
And Michael French is saying, thanks,
tape?
Netter. I'm not sure what he's saying thanks for, but, you know.
He's got a snazzy wardrobe.
That's true. That's true. I like his hats. He has nice hats. That's right. I don't know. I'm feeling like $1 million here between Michael French and Tom Connors. I've got the big time YouTubers.
Screw the Mexican special VIP guest. Who cares about him?
Come on, Mike. Come on.
We got Tom Connors and Retro Blasting in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, and your diversity and inclusion hire Mexican Iron Man.
Mike, you're actually here in the panel. I mean, Tom,
because of diversity and inclusion.
Tom doesn't have time to come on my channel. He's not going to do that. I thought that about Michael French, and he was like, "I'm waiting for you."
Wait. You want to make a bet? If I send Tom Connors the link, you think he won't show up?
He might. He's been here all night, so he might. Yeah.
Well, he would just because Mikey sent him the link.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Look, you got a VIP guest now.
Yeah, you.
Yeah. No, you. Yeah. Oh, you just became microplastic, you ass. You funny. Oh, jeez. Guys.
And as I was saying earlier, I'm 13 away from 200. Once I hit 200, I'm going to have a special live stream giving away some prizes. Just to share my good fortune of finally hitting 200, because, I'm still very little. And just saying thanks to everyone that's been supporting me. So I need 13 more. If you're not already subbed to me, please do. But then, have a tab open on the side with, 1 or 2 of my videos playing so that YouTube knows that you are not a bot, so I get to keep you.
It encourages me when you encourage my wife. I did want to... I do anything...
Live with me.
Mikey, he adopted me. Don't be fooled, Tom. He adopted you as a tax write-off.
Oh.
What? What are you talking about?
Just saying. You're smart on the financials. I
dude, Tom is my brother. If I could have a roommate, look, of all the people that I've met on YouTube, if I could, here, let me take off the Retro Blasting. I'm being sacrilegious. Hold on, let me do this. Love you, Mike from Retro Blasting. Wait, why won't my avatar change? Help, how do I?
See, you broke it.
I swear, tonight I feel like I'm at the cool kids table, for fuck's sake.
So
you're like, wow, I'm entertaining. You know what? Hashtag Team Cracker.
Okay, fair enough.
Boomer, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I don't want to be a party pooper, but is it your time? How long?
Yeah, we don't want to. We don't want to.
No, I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna go for another 20 minutes. Let's go. Let's finish this thing.
Cool.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, Mikey.
You're awesome. You're having fun. It sounds like you're having fun. Despite some of the things you said tonight, you're having fun.
No,
despite the fact that your channel will never.
Yeah, it's because of Netter that you're hanging out with us.
Kinda.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Fuck. I mean, I know. I'm married to her. The fact that she hasn't smothered me in my sleep. Oh my God,
I know how we can make $1 billion. Let's clone Netter and sell copies on PayPal, on eBay.
Nope. What? Nope. She's all mine. She's all mine.
No, but they'll be copies. They won't even count. She'll still love you.
Fuck y'all. She's mine.
Oh, okay. So we all got to live in misery, and then you get the upgrade. Okay.
Why don't you share?
Holy shit. Okay. It happened. He said it, and we said his name 3 times, and he showed up.
Look who's here.
Yes, Tom Connors of
All
Midnight's
Mikey has to
Edge.
do is
Hi,
say,
Tom.
"Come here," and I'm here. Hey, Mikey. Hey, Boomer. Hey, Netter. Hey, Troy. How you doing?
You've been here all freaking night, dude. You've encouraged the hell out of me. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, deleted scenes, drop his link, please, because everybody needs to go and listen to his music. This guy's a crazy genius on the level of like Weird Al Yankovic.
If you're offended easily, though, don't.
Well, there's a good point. I mean, I was sharing with Netter, you know,
you have
some
a new hit song out called "Merry Christmas, Bitch."
Yeah, Merry Christmas, bitch. She's like, what? I'm like, oh no, it's funny. And she's like, okay, I'll give it a chance. You know,
I get everyone on that song, which is hilarious. The few people that have because they're like every time they're like, I thought it was going to be your credit card was declined. I'm like, gotcha.
I swear, I thought I don't know if you were here to hear it, but I was listening to it on Midnight After Dark, and I was just glad I wasn't drinking because I'm like, well, this is a kind of sweet song. Oh, I wonder where this is going. Merry Christmas, bitch! And I'm like, oh man, if I'd have been drinking, it would have just spewed all over the place.
You take that happy holiday crap and shove it up your ass.
And it really covers the whole. What's the line? It's something
so you can say,
about
Happy Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, anything you wanna. Just don't.
Yeah, I don't care if you guess wrong, but
I'd rather you get it wrong than say Happy Holiday. Yeah.
Yeah. I dig it.
But Mikey is here. He's the guest tonight, and he thinks he's not a YouTuber. But look at that bougie motherfucker over there. He's so much a YouTuber. He's even got the little lights going on in the back. He's showing off his gaming computer. He's got his stogies. You need to send me a couple stogies, Mikey.
Wait, Tom, do you smoke cigars?
Oh, hell yeah, if I got them.
Oh my God, I'm gonna send you a care package.
This is why I said in the chat, I'm like, you think you want to put up with me, but you have no idea what you're getting yourself into.
Tom, if you and I, Tom, I was telling Paulie today, if you and I were roommates, we would get so much done and have so much fucking fun. It would be epic.
I am trouble.
Plus, I'm like a world-class chef. I can cook. Like I cook like all the time at home. Dude, you will eat so fucking well, it'll be sick. You'll never go to McDonald's ever again because I always cook at home.
Nice.
Well, we'll probably end up in Vegas before we know it, but yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Road trip.
That's probably what'll happen. We'll wake up in Vegas and have no idea how we got there.
Troy, you know what's the coolest thing? I got to tell you. You know what? Because since I've had like a glass and a half of like scotch.
Go for it.
The coolest thing for me, one of the coolest things, is that I'm a fan. Wait, where is he? This guy, Midnight's Edge After Dark, Tom. I was a fan of Tom's for so fucking long. If I could go back in time, and someone would have ever told me that I would be able to live stream with him, that I'd be his brother, that I would even get to know him personally, I would have been like, get the fuck out of here. Tom Connor would never talk to a Mexican like me. I'm like, fuck, get the fuck out of here. And today, and any day on any given day that I wake up, I mean, Tom is my brother. My mom knows who Tom is. My mom asked me, how is Tom doing? Like, it's like that tight. It's like,
if somebody wants to know what my kryptonite is, it's Mike. Mike knows everything about me. Mike knows more about me than anybody. He's got all my passwords and shit.
Well, that's because you rely on him so much, I would imagine.
No, I mean everything.
I think I'm afraid I might have, put Tom off at some point because I had this shtick where I was like, talking about how good looking and everything he was. It's not necessarily because I'm into Tom or
no,
anything
I'm the
like
type
that.
of guy who loves to get hit on by gay guys. I find it very flattering.
It's just that he and I look alike so much. I better think he's good looking. I mean, I'm bald. I got the goatee. I actually wear glasses, but when I'm on camera, I wear contact lenses. Otherwise, we'd fucking be twins.
Yeah, no, I was just giving you shit there, but yeah, no, it's fine, man. I don't mind it. I think it's great.
Oh, for crying out loud! I got this woman for crying out loud. So
there's a lot worse things people have said to me. So.
Oh gosh! So I said it at the top of the show, and I'm going to say it now too. For fuck's sake, people, be kind to one another. I mean, this social media stuff is fucking toxic, you know, and I'm not going to say where it was, but I was in a conversation today where it's like, look, these people that are doing the YouTube stuff, if you're consuming their content, be at least kind to them, because they're giving you free content. I mean, but really, deal with people on the internet the way you would deal with people in real life. And if that's not kind, then fucking think about how you're dealing with people in real life. I'm just saying. I don't know what's wrong with this modern generation. I sound like a fucking old fart, but you know that's
an old fart.
But yeah, that's why me and Aged Boomer do the Geeky Geezers on Sunday, because we're fucking geezers.
Now, see, Tom, you gotta come on Troy's show and talk about your music. So you gotta get booked with him.
Yeah, how can people, you know, like support your music, because you got some
well, the
great
Christmas
stuff.
music, I didn't write the actual music for it, so I'm not like trying to take any real monetary deal on it.
Okay.
And some of it was kind of sparked. It's actually going to be used in Comics Division's Christmas special we're doing this next week. So I just got it out there a little early, just so you know it'd have some time to breathe before Christmas. And some of them I'm holding back, like Merry Christmas Bitch and stuff like that. So they'll all be a part of that.
Tom, can I tell you something, brother? I was listening. I was doing dishes and I was putting the shit away, and I was just like, I was ready to like light the lighter, and I was like, da da da. And as soon as it turned to Merry Christmas Bitch, I just died, dude. I literally bent over and fucking died on that live stream.
Tom, I just gave you a blue wrench if you want to drop the link for the Comics Division, you know.
I don't have it yet, but yeah, no, you can check out Comics Division channel. I can do that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't think he's got the link up for it yet, but I can check.
Okay.
But no, Mikey though, he's the backbone of this whole thing. You gotta give. This is about Mikey. This is not about Tom.
Mike, before you argue, he's absolutely right. I said it in my opening monologue. You are so much a part of so many YouTube channels in our community. Come on,
he's like the
appreciate
backbone, really.
Yeah, right.
The heart, the soul, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's Mikey. I mean,
and me and Aged Boomer and whatnot, we love you, but none of us are fans like Netter is. She is like, when I say Mike's gonna be on our channel, she's like, Mikey, ooh, you know. So the fact that you're on the week after her birthday, she's like on cloud 9.
Well, I have bad news to you. I actually think I've known Netter longer than you.
Maybe,
or at least as long. But thank you for the kind words, Tom. I appreciate that. And I'm just a fan, and Tom, I can't thank you enough for everything you did. I remember it was 2 years ago this month. Okay, this is a true story. December 16th, 2 years ago this day, I've been transferred out of the ER into a residential rehab. My leg is in traction on cables in the air. I'm wondering if I'm ever going to walk again because I shattered my right leg. I'm on painkillers. I'm on Percocet.
This is the first time he jumped out a window.
No, Tom. Listen, hold on. Don't change.
I know.
Listen up. On a serious tip, I'm on oxycodone. I'm on Percocet. I'm in massive pain. I can't even go to the bathroom by myself. I'm in a residential rehab facility. My leg's up in traction in the air. But I managed to be able to send an occasional super chat on Midnight Sage After Dark or Midnight Sage in the morning. And Tom takes the time to say, I've heard Mikey's broke his leg and he's hurt, and we hope he gets better and he's going to be able to walk again. And back then, Tom didn't know me for shit. Like, we weren't brothers like we are now. Tom, I was just a fan. I was just a sub. I was just a channel member.
Right.
I didn't know him at all like I do now. Now I know Tom like I'm his brother. And here he is. And there I am, like, feeling I'm all alone. I'm in COVID restrictions. No one could visit me. I just spent Thanksgiving by myself in a fucking ER rehab facility. And there's Tom from Midnight Sedge taking the time in the middle of a show to shout me out. And it meant the world to me, the absolute world to me. Yeah. And it's just a little $2, $5 little super chat. And if someone would have told me then that I'd have the relationship that I have with them now, which I do, which we're like brothers now, I'd be like, oh my God. And that's the power of YouTube. And for that, I shall eternally be grateful to you, Tom.
That's social media being used for good.
Well, and Andre really, like, it was, I mean, that's kind of where I think Andre has said this before too, where he's like, Mike has been a part of the morning show since it began because of that. Yeah. And, you know, it was really kind of an experience because, you know, Andre, you know, there was a lot going on with COVID. He had been he was one of those, he was not really doing a lot of live shows. In fact, that was part of the reason I was hired, was so he had somebody to kind of handle that kind of thing, because he saw that becoming a thing on YouTube. And so we were Mead is actually technically our first original live channel.
And that's where I found you, Tom, was on Mead. I found Mead first. I just followed you over to Midnight's Edge in the morning.
So, I mean, and it just kind of became its own thing. So after a while, that's why Andre just came up with the live archive. But, you know, I mean, it's just, he was resistant because he just was not, you know, he didn't know how to deal with a lot of this stuff. And, like, you got to get to know the people that are listening, though, Andre, but beyond the comments, you know. And, I mean, it wasn't like he didn't want to. It was just he didn't really know how to do that. You know what I mean? And that was how the morning show really came to be, outside of just...
This is awesome
that time
stuff.
Andre had extra time and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I do try to, you know, we try to make sure that everybody who's a part of that program, when they listen, we notice when certain people don't show up for a while, and it's nice to see them. And, you know, if we can, we do ask throughout the community if anybody's heard of anything, if certain people haven't showed up or anything like that. So, yeah.
This is so exciting to me. I had no idea that I follow all kinds of what I think are disparate, you know, YouTube channels and whatnot. I had no idea that, like, for example, Retro Blasting follows, you know, Midnight's Edge, and, you know.
I was surprised too the first time I met Michael, to be honest with you, because I was a bit starstruck.
See, I'm not the only one, Michael.
I have been watching Michael for years, and I think he was even maybe impressed when I was able to sing, you know, it's time to get back to the past, the whole fucking theme song shit.
To the 20th century. I swear, I fucking sing that song throughout the day, and Netter too. I swear.
And it's one of those few times where, you know, it's like people just seem to click, and him and I have I think we have a very similar sense of humor. I don't want to assume too much, but I mean, we have very different tastes in certain things.
I tend to agree.
We have a very dry sense of humor, and and I think sometimes him and I have the same reaction to certain things. So there's this kindred spirit between us to where we could just, like, if like him and I were in the same room and somebody were to come up and say something, we could both just kind of shoot each other a look, and we'd know exactly what the other was thinking. Probably.
Yep.
And
you know, and Michael's agreeing with you.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
So, like, and not just that, we have a similar, like, sense of our how we just kind of, I think, view the world through certain lenses. Again, like, we don't necessarily agree on everything. We don't have the same tastes on everything, but we get each other. That's the difference between, like, him and I can disagree on something. We don't sit there and get into a big old drag out fight like some people do online.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the same thing with Mikey and I too, right? Like, him and I have very different tastes on certain things, but you know, it's very similar in the way we get each other, and our humor, and our camaraderie, and, you know, even our small talk once in a while, and just hanging there back and forth, and like we're checking in on each other and stuff like that. So yeah.
I had Michael French on the channel a couple weeks back, and one of the things I was saying to him, because I just wanted to say it for years, was I feel like even though he and I we're not exactly the same generation, but we're close, and we definitely have had different, you know, life experience, different geology, so to speak, but we've chewed some of the same ground as far as pop culture goes. And you know, the whole Star Wars, growing up Star Wars and all that kind of stuff. So definitely have that connection there. So I'm starting to see that in a lot of the YouTube channels that I follow. I think, you know, you, Tom, to some extent, you Mexican Iron Man and Michael French, you guys got to understand, you guys are kind of celebrities in a way, and you gotta be.
I am infamous, that's for sure.
Well, so am I.
I have
so am
actually
I.
had that,
for fuck's sake,
that word has been in front of my name in an actual publication before. So,
yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I'll take infamous.
But we, not me, but you guys, have such a reach and touch so many lives. And it's not, all of you all don't take it, and get big heads about it, which I super appreciate about you. But it's true. You guys embody something that a lot of fans respond to. Like I said about Michael French, we've chewed some of the same ground as far as pop culture goes, so we connect, right? Michael French, Mike Mexican Iron Man, Tom Connors, you guys are the kind of people that are like, yeah, I'll show up on this little 500 subscriber channel because, I don't know, because you're nice, because you connect with the average person. You don't think who the hell you are. I mean, am I off base?
No, that's a big part of it. It's just, I mean, look, I'm a big believer in pay it forward. Andre gave...
Whoops. Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry, Tom. Hit the wrong button.
I've done it myself. Andre gave me a huge opportunity, so I try to make sure that I could extend that as much as I can. I mean, it's bit me in the ass a few times, and that's made me a little bit more...
I swear we could be twin brothers.
I don't know the right words, but like Mikey's a real good... Like, Mikey's very protective of me, so that's something that I've cherished having around me, because he's somebody who can help watch out for me, because I'm very easily distracted by shiny things. So,
like all of us.
Yep.
Yeah. So he knows, like, he keeps me on my toes as far as, like, certain things I should or shouldn't do, perhaps. But, no, like, as long as I'm, around people like Mike and stuff like that, I always feel safe. But, no, I love meeting new people, and especially people who are having interesting conversations, and, I
was just reading Michael French's comment here.
He's not wrong. I mean, the blue jumpsuit is better.
One of the great things I love about Tom and Andre is that they've helped launch and support so many creators and channels on YouTube, and they've given everything, and they ask for nothing in return. It's one of my biggest gripes, but it's also simultaneously one of my biggest complaints and one of my biggest things that I love about them to death.
Yeah. This is something that Michael French on Retro Blasting talks about a lot. I appreciate it. This idea of about he feels, and Michael, please correct me if I'm speaking out of turn as I represent you here, but he sends this message that he kind of expects bigger YouTube channels to kind of help the little guy. He has with me. I swear, he showed up on my channel and I suddenly got 25 more subscribers. That was not why I was having him on the channel. I was literally having him on the channel because he said he would, and I'm a huge fan. And I thought,
Totally geeked out.
Yeah, come on. You guys all know I geeked out over him. But, then I got 25 subscribers and I'm like, holy crap, that's exactly the kind of thing he was talking about, And I don't know. I think Tom and Mexican Iron Man, you guys both have this very down-to-earth attitude, but you guys kind of are celebrities. You gotta... It's true. and I don't think you realize that.
Yeah, no, I'm still arguing with and debate Tom that I'm still not a YouTuber. So.
He's a YouTuber. He just won't admit it.
You guys, for fuck's sake.
And with that.
Yeah, with that.
And with that, we're at the 2 hour mark.
I have definitely kept Mike longer than you're already a half hour past where you promised you'd be, so I totally, you're okay to drop. We're gonna start wrapping up real quick.
Mike, you don't drive home, okay?
I just gotta go downstairs, Tom. I gotta let Bambino out.
Hey, Boomer, could you make sure that Mikey gets home safe? Please?
Sure.
Thank you, man.
And Bambino.
Yeah, there you
Bambino,
go.
the Wonder Chihuahua, and we gotta check on Sammy the squirrel.
Yeah, how's Sammy doing?
Dude, Sammy's fucking great. I think though.
I want a sequel.
I put some more almonds and walnuts outside the little glass sliding door. I think Sammy's getting a little comfy. Like I think he wants to move in.
Well, there you go. There's a series.
Retro Blasting says this is one of the reasons that I have so much respect for guys like Tom because they have the same devotion to community over optimism, and that is real. Yeah. Amen.
Michael, well, you saw the comments on Patreon today. I will defend you to my last breath. I just will, because of who you are. Just wanted to say it, and it's not just because I'm drunk.
Oh, he's not really. He's playing it up.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of asked a bit of a question there earlier, and I guess we'll leave on this note because this is probably a good place to leave it. You kind of asked, why do people gravitate towards us? And I mean, I accept what you're saying about being even a quasi Z-grade celebrity for myself. And whatnot.
He's got to downplay it. No matter what, he's got to downplay it.
It's true, because even to me, Michael's in the chat. So to me, Michael's more of the celebrity. So because I've been watching Michael,
he is big
Michael before I was even a professional YouTuber. So to me, he's been doing this way longer than I have, as far as that I'm concerned. But
yeah, he's been doing it for over a decade. So yeah,
the thing I think that makes people gravitate towards us. And I don't mean just us in general, but I mean, the YouTube community as far as, whether it's Doomcock or Gary at Nerdrotic or Geeks and Gamers, whatever it is, Michael at Retro Blasting is another great example of this, is because we aren't access media, because we do give our honest opinions. And especially Michael is somebody, especially on the toy side of things, where he's not going to suck any of those companies, he's not going to sit there and beat around the bush. I mean, if it's shit, it's shit. He's not going to sit there and go, oh, well, it's a good thing we got this and blah, 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 blah. We should just be happy. No, fuck that. If we expect something out of it, we pay a certain amount of money
and
for
yet,
it.
When he
it's the
does
same thing
that,
on the entertainment side of things.
He
exactly.
gets,
yeah.
You're so negative, Michael. It's like, fuck you, people. You can't deal with honesty.
No, I mean, if I'm paying $50 for a fucking figure, Mike's got a goddamn point.
Boom, absolutely fucking right. I am just toy. You said that.
You got a theme song, so whatever, man.
Yeah, you have not only do you have a fucking theme song, but you got a fucking catchy theme song.
Yeah, we can
to
all
the
sing
20th century to get through the bubble wrap into your memory. Yeah.
And as Andre
I can't
would
sing
say,
on key because I'm drunk.
And with that,
yeah, we got to get Mikey out of here.
I gotta go. I gotta be up in 6 hours.
Mikey, before you go, is there anything you want to pitch? Anything you got coming up? Any streams that you want to tell anybody about?
Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube. I'm always on Midnight's Edge. I'm a Midnight's Edge guy, first and last.
The Deleted Scenes has been dropping the links.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's I'm just so happy to do this show. I love you, Troy. I love you, Netter. H Boomer, always great being with you. You're a great brother. And
thank you.
Tom, you know how much you mean to me and my family. So,
yep.
You. Thanks for coming in,
Mike. Take care. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up. You're good.
Okay. Thank you for being here.
Now,
should I go out the front door of the stream or should I go through the back door in the kitchen like the Mexicans do?
I didn't know I had more than one door. Whatever you want.
We got the patio door.
Mi casa, su casa, senor. Take
Sweet.
care, man.
Good night, everybody.
Night,
Take care.
Night.
Boy, he made Netter feel like $1 million for her birthday. He's awesome. She's such a huge fan. I don't know if I should be jealous. I don't know. Fuck it, man. But Tom, as long as I got you here, is this the first time you're on my channel?
I don't know. I know we've talked a couple times before. I don't know if
I know I've been in some
before.
I
know we've talked. So like,
I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'm not a member of Midnight
I do
Edge
so many
now.
streams, man, that it's hard to say.
No, I was a member of Midnight's Edge, but I overextended myself. I had
That's understandable, man.
I kind of had to pull back. I had to drop from several different Patreons and whatnot.
Trust me, man. It's like every little bit helps us, but when you're like, whenever every little bit counts, like we don't expect anybody to do anything more than, you know.
Netter gives me the
fact that anybody is willing to give us a super chat,
yeah,
to sign up as a membership, to give us a like, to give us a share, it all counts. So like,
no, I dig that. Netter
matters.
gives me the stink eye. She's like, you're doing another super chat. It's like, you know, I gotta support these channels, and really, I guess that's what it comes down to. Is I feel like, you know, I have so many things vying for my money, and it's like I want to support the things I want to support, for fuck's sake.
I honestly wish it wasn't that way. That's what pisses me off more than anything. Like, after, like, the whole, like, whatever the hell it was called, the ad situation that we had going on.
Yeah,
Apocalypse
thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, back then, like, you could have a channel with 5, 10, 15,000 subscribers, and as long as you have, you know, you're able to put up a decent amount of videos in a month, you could pretty much make a living off it as long as your subscribers watched your average videos.
Right.
And in some cases, you could, as long as you did a little better than that, you'd be fine. You know, 30, 40K on a view on each video you put out in a month, even better than that, you could do really well. Now after Apocalypse, that all changed. Like, because we're barely scraping by on certain things. It's like, how can this be when we would do a video that would do, you know, 200,000-300,000 views, makes just the same amount of revenue that a video 3-4 years ago before the Apocalypse would make with just a third of those views. So it's like something doesn't add up, you know.
Well,
and that's what sucks, is because it's like YouTube has now, they have done everything they can to work against us. Yep. They've put the burden on the listeners now to help us get through, and I don't like that. You know, it was one thing to have the Patreon and all the extra stuff because that was what it was, and for those who could afford it and, you know, had, you know, wanted to throw some extra support our way, great. That would help us, you know, long way with certain things. But, like,
Tom,
we didn't live off that, though. That's the difference then.
Yeah, this is exactly why I super appreciate when you do, you know, Midnight's Edge After Dark, when you do Mead Radio and whatnot, you have your, what is it, the PayPal link. Then I can send you something directly. And what I love, I mean, you don't have to do this, Tom, but every time I send you something, it's like I'm just doing this to support you.
Well, I try to show,
and you always thank me, and you don't have to do that. That's not why.
You don't have to do what you do, so that's why I do go out of my way to try and show as much,
fair enough,
you know, respect and humbleness to say thank you to anybody, even if it's just the smallest donation. It doesn't matter. It's every little bit helps more than, you know. I
am one of those, and look, Netter and I, most people don't even know this, but our first date was at a WTTW
Channel 11 Pledge Drive.
Channel 11 Pledge Drive. You know, the PBS, you know, Pledge Drive. And we went and we volunteered and we took pledges and whatnot. And so I dig that whole idea of just supporting the things you love. I've done a terrible job. Every stream that I do, I've got a link, a PayPal link below where people can subscribe, and I never never mention it or I never say anything about it. But if you want to buy me a drink, or hell, if you want to buy Netter a drink for her birthday, the link's in the description below. But I always forget that. But yeah, no, I totally get that.
Here's one thing.
What?
I don't mind when Troy wants to do like a super chat type of thing, but I prefer that he does the PayPal one simply because I know YouTube takes a lot of the percentage of that money, and I think Patreon does too, whereas PayPal doesn't really take that much.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and even PayPal's getting worse.
Which is why I do what I do with you, Tom. Yeah.
If you do it as a friend, usually it'll go through without charging anything, but
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the friends and family.
That's the other thing. Friends and family.
Because lately, PayPal's been charging more and more and more. It used to be like 5 or 10%. Now it's up to like 15 or 20%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is. And
it's like, look,
that's just it. It's all appreciated. Because like I said, if it wasn't for Midnight's Edge and the sponsorships we get and stuff like that, the main channel, I'd never be able to make it with just Mead. Right? Like, let's just say, take Midnight's Edge out of the equation. If it was just Mead, with 20-some thousand subscribers, what I make in a month there would not be enough for me to live off.
Oh, guys, everybody in my chat who's still here, for fuck's sake, all 10 of you.
And I mean, I still have to do other things to try and get by, but like, it's just one of those things for me. I don't complain about it because I'm able to do this job. I mean, I work my butt off, but at the same time, I'm able to do what I love. So
yeah,
Tom, drop your link in the chat for your PayPal.
I don't know if I've given him a blue wrench. Let me.
I thought you had.
Tom, can you? Oh no, never mind. I see you there. I can give you a blue wrench.
Yeah, it's like support Tom. He's fantastic.
Well, we're here more. You should support you guys, but yeah.
No, Tom, you're already a moderator. You can drop your link.
We're dinky channels, so we really do appreciate when the stars come and visit us, little people.
Delete C's points out. Tommy has a wrench. Thank you. He even puts a picture because he knows I'm so drunk I might not be able to read the word wrench.
Yeah. It's like
Hi, Mr. Mashtick. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, and PJ Vorful Nation always says,
we grow
together. We grow.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
It's like when bigger YouTubers come to our little channels, and you might get a couple more subs for that. That's fantastic. You're helping us grow. In return, hopefully, we're getting you some more subscribers too for people who may be on our channel as our regulars that may not have subbed to you before. They're like, oh, let me go check out this channel, and then you get a couple extra subs. So it's like, we're working together here, and any way that we can help each other is what I'm all for.
Absolutely.
So Troy kind of misspoke when he said I give him stink eye for
chats.
It says my stink eye, quote unquote, is because I know that YouTube is taking so much of that, and I'd rather go
she's
to
actually
the person
right about that. That's true.
Rather than to YouTube. Because YouTube doesn't deserve anything.
No. And see, I honestly think, and Tom, tell me if you disagree with me, but I do think that things are going to change in the future. I think that YouTube is going to have to change its model because I think that in time, the business model is going to change. I think that they've got to be a little bit more equitable. I think as more options to YouTube start to grow, I think that dynamic is going to change. The free market is going to.
It might, but as we slowly are learning with all these other upstarts, like even Twitch and some of the other ones that people are. Well, not just that, people are running into issues that are even worse than some of YouTube's stuff. So, like,
I swear, one of the channels that I follow, and I don't know if anyone else in this community would even be interested in this, but I follow Viva Fry on, what is it, Rumble? Rumble is an option, but it kind of sucks. They really need to get their shit together. There's a lot of YouTube-esque options that Rumble needs to start adopting. If they don't, they're gonna die.
And the other side of it too is none of them have the audience that YouTube does. YouTube actually is the #1 streaming service. I mean, it's always left out of the equation when people talk about, Netflix and Amazon and all that kind of stuff. When really, YouTube has like twice the audience, or it has like almost all the same amount of audience as all those put together. It's what I'm trying to say.
But I think that if there was if there was an option like YouTube that had like, I mean, when I think about
well, for YouTube to change, they're going to need competition like Elon, maybe with Twitter or something.
Yes,
like that,
exactly. And I think that if Rumble is going to compete with YouTube, they need to employ abilities like creating what do you call it? When you can group your different, like videos and whatnot, playlists, and things like that, and just the user-friendly aspects that YouTube has that Rumble doesn't. Rumble needs to start upgrading. If they don't, they're not going to be able to compete. It's not enough to just say, we're not YouTube. That's not enough. You need to provide the level of service that YouTube provides. Once you start doing that, you're competing. And then,
the problem is nobody else has the ability server-wise to handle what YouTube does too. That's the other thing.
You have a good point there.
So other than maybe like Amazon or I don't even know if Twitter has the capability yet, but I'm sure we're about to find out when Elon gets through doing what he's doing. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they won't ever change. It might become more user-friendly over time, but for that to happen, YouTube would actually have to value its, the people who actually put content on there outside of, 5% of it. Because if you're in that top percentile, then they give a shit. Outside
honestly,
of that,
right now, Rumble is only valuable to YouTubers as a backup. We set it to, like, this stream will be on Rumble tomorrow. And that's the only value Rumble has right now. They need to really get their shit together. Tom, I probably need to start wrapping this up because
No, that's fine. I was gonna head out here soon anyway.
I'm super drunk and and I'm a half hour past where I should be anyway. But Tom, please, not that you need my 10 viewers right now, but if there's anything you'd like to plug or share or
not offhand other than check out these guys' channels, of course. Subscribe to Mikey's channel because he thinks he's not a YouTuber,
but he does have some content that's worth checking out.
And if you haven't checked out like Retro Blasting or anybody else who hopped in the chat tonight yet, do yourself a favor.
Midnight's Edge After Dark.
Tim Hayes does some videos, I think. Trying to think, Jedi Bill, of course, I saw on there.
Mead Radio. Let me tell you, Mead Radio is way undervalued. Of all the Midnight's Edge
Steven.
Adjacent things, Mead Radio is awesome to listen to during work or whatever. He's playing music. He's doing the thing and definitely deserves the views.
And like I said, Tom, you gotta come on Troy's channel sometime and just talk about your music. Yeah, I'd love to hear the history behind it and all that.
Answer for that.
Alexa, shut the hell up.
Oh yeah, sure. If we can find a time, yeah, absolutely.
You know what? I'll direct message you. I'm too foggy headed to figure it out right now, but Netter will remind me tomorrow,
no problem.
and I'll figure out how to reach out to you, and we'll figure out how we can get you on. If you got Friday nights free, like tonight, maybe I can have you on as a guest, and we could just talk about you and what you do, and
not always, but sometimes it just depends. But yeah, no, just get a hold of me, and we could always work something out one way or the other.
That's just it. You tell me when, and we'll make it happen.
Sure. Sounds good.
You're awesome.
All right, we'll just get a hold of me, and we'll work on that. So till then, I'll let you guys do your wrap up and take care of yourselves, and have a good night.
Tom, thank you so much.
Tom.
Take care, Tom.
Great to meet you.
Take care, guys. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Age of Boomer. That's the first time you've actually.
Well, I've heard him over and over again. I'm kind of shocked. I mean, I guess you're hitting the big time, Troy.
Right. I thought I hit the big time when Michael French came on, right? But then, Tom and so many others have come and encouraged me.
I remember Tom one time when he was like. I remember when I think Chapek was going to come in, and I think it was Cameron Pasha. He was being very positive about the change. He's like, all these people are the same. Nothing's going to. I mean, this is how I remember it. I don't know if that's exactly how, and I guess in some ways he was proven right. I guess
I don't know, man. I feel like if you are a contrarian, negative Nancy type, you're going to be right more often than not. That just seems to be the way of the world.
Even now, we'll be discussing this Sunday, but like with James Gunn,
yep,
theoretically, maybe rebooting the DC movie universe is the way to go and start fresh, but they also can't screw up again. And
see, that's absolutely a problem. Like, on the one hand, I'm very positive about moving away from the Snyderverse. I'm sorry, all 9 of y'all that are still following me tonight. I am not a big Snyder fan, so that part of it I'm happy about.
You're not a fan of the Snyderverse. You've liked something.
I am not, and I am glad they're rebooting. On the other hand, I see Gunn coming in and being in charge of it, and I'm like, not sure that this is going to be any better. We'll see. But we'll talk about that more on Sunday when I'm sober.
There you go.
So, speaking of which, tonight is Friday. Tomorrow night, we had Big Al Presents, who was in the chat earlier. By all means, please be subscribed to him. If you're subscribed to me and not subscribed to Big Al, you're missing about half of my appearances. So please make sure you're subscribed to Big Al Presents, because tomorrow we will be watching the Alistair Sim Christmas Carol on his channel. I will be providing the Cosme link in case you don't have your own copy. But you'll, Christmas. Join us. Sunday, Age of Boomer on his channel. What are we going to be talking about, Age of Boomer? I sent you the notes. I don't fucking remember what I sent you.
Well, it's a lot of stuff going on over at Warner's. It's Patty Jenkins. We're going to talk a bit about her and her recent Twitter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I giving away too much?
Okay. I don't know if we're going to discuss the Johnny Depp story, but that was interesting. The Make-A-Wish thing. We could.
I didn't include it in the notes, but there's a lot there.
Yeah.
There's a lot there. I can summarize it very quickly if you want to bring it up on Sunday. Yeah.
Sure. And I'm trying to think what else, but yeah, we'll be talking about some other stuff too. Mainly, a lot of DC talk.
Sadly, we are also going to be having another In Remembrance, Angelo Badalamenti.
Big alum, yeah.
Those of you that are David Lynch fans, deleted scenes, we'll be talking about that tonight.
Yeah.
We lost so many musical. For fuck's sake, Angelo Badalamenti, Christine McVie, Julie Cruz and Angelo Badalamenti both within months of each other. Fuck, man. I mean, any Twin Peaks fan, any David Lynch fan is fucking suffering right now, right?
Yeah.
Jerry Lee Lewis, Loretta Lynn, Olivia Newton-John, Naomi Judd, and Meatloaf, all in this year.
Think about that. Yeah.
Is there any fucking music left? I'm being hyperbolic, but come on, man.
Stones are still around, aren't they?
Oh fuck! They are so preserved by drugs, they'll never die. I mean, I swear. Keith Richards is like, he's already dead and doesn't realize it. People are saying, "Hey, Keith, lie down, you're dead," and he's going, "I fucking knew I didn't feel so good."
I'm sorry.
Seriously.
I brought them up on purpose.
I don't know what the fuck's preserving those fuckers.
Okay. Anyways.
I mean, half the Beatles are gone, and, you know, the Rolling Stones is like, the fuck? David Bowie is gone, and the Stones are still there. What is going on? Seriously. I don't know. Sympathy for the devil. I think there's some kind of a pact going on there.
You think so? Okay.
I don't know, maybe.
All right.
Okay, so that's Sunday. Do we know about Soundtracks with Birdman Monday and Wednesday?
I know he's been off going to see his John Williams concerts. I know that he was going to be doing he's going to be sending links out to select few, and maybe he'll have some even on his channel. The thing he did last year or a few months ago with the free concert, the John Williams concert. Well, not free, he paid for it, but he got a bunch of tickets to share online.
I dig it.
So I don't know if I'll be able to.
There's a super fan, right? This is supporting what you love by putting your money behind it. Yeah. I mean, I think he's crazy, but I super understand.
We all have our thing we're passionate about.
Yeah.
I did fly to Chicago years ago to see my favorite band after they reunited, and Well.
What band was that?
Lush, Lush. They're a British alternative band from the 90s.
Fair enough. So that's
but
Tuesday.
I'm trying to think.
Do we have something coming up on Mr. Magic's channel on Tuesday? Because I need to know that before we go into the weekend.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
No. I don't know. We're not going to be on, I think, again until January 3rd if we're okay. But no, nothing. Nothing. He may be doing something. If you're in the chat, go ahead and say that. But I know it's Chris. We're getting into Christmas, so maybe people are getting ready for Christmas, wrapping presents and whatnot. You know, that's sort of.
And I don't have a link up right now, but next week I will be doing some sort of a rewatch. It'll be a Christmas movie of some kind. I haven't decided what yet. Maybe I'll do a poll on my community tab. Netter and I will look at what we have in our DVD library and come up with a... I don't want to do... Because my favorite Christmas movie is...
It's a Wonderful Life.
No, White Christmas. But I've already done both of those. So...
Well, like I said, I want to do a Christmas movie, but I want to do one that hasn't been done over and over and over.
So Netter and I both want to do Christmas movies because, Christmas weekend. But I haven't decided what it is. So, just show up next week. I'll have a Cosme link for whatever it is I'm watching.
I suggest Cobra to you, but Birdman and I just did that on his channel. I mean, that's a Christmas classic.
Which one?
Cobra with Sylvester Stallone.
Cobra. Is that the one where he goes, Rambo's a pussy?
No, that's Tango and Cash.
That's Tango and Cash, okay.
Oh, no, Cobra's the one where he says...
I like Tango. Tango and Cash was a good movie, yeah.
You're the disease, and I'm the cure. It's so, oh man, like there's the psychopath in the beginning, like he tells the guy, and I guess the grocery store says, "Go ahead, kid, run, you're free." And then the guy starts running for the exit, and he shoots him in the back, and he's smiling as he does it. And the guy falls into crashes into a Christmas tree, and you see like a plastic Frosty. And I know as he's dying, that's the last thing he sees is the plastic Frosty staring at him. It's
just remember, the big bad Satan Claus is out there. Just Evelyn asks, can I do a Klingon Christmas Carol? Good question. The only thing that has kept me from doing a Klingon Christmas... I do have it on DVD. The only thing that's kept me from doing it is I would want to talk to Chris Kidder first. It is his IP, and I'd want to have his sign off before I do that. Since I...
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
And since I haven't done that, and it's a week before Christmas, I don't see that happening this year, Evelyn. But now that you bring it up, and now that you got me thinking about it, how about I plan on it for next year? I'll talk to Chris, see if he's okay with it, and I'll do it next year. That's a solid question, and but again, more than any other rewatch that I've done, I want to be sensitive to Chris, since I know him, and this is, you know, a very finite IP for him. I want to be sensitive to that. And to be honest with you, if I'm going to do Klingon Christmas Carol, it's going to be on the Klingon Cleric channel, which is the sister channel to this that I don't really promote very much. But
there should be a Ferengi version of It's a Wonderful Life. What do you think?
A Ferengi version of it.
Think on that.
With a Ferengi as Mr. Potter? Is that what you're
thinking?
No,
like with what would the Ferengi perspective on It's a Wonderful Life be? About George Bailey and everything.
Let me tell you, I've talked to some Star Trek fans. One show, one film or musical or whatever you want to call it, play that we would like to see adapted to a Star Trek version would be Les Miserables. Could you see the Thénardiers as Ferengi, right? The Javert as Romulan. I mean, I could see all these castings. These would be, you know, in my Star Trek Online world, these would be the holodeck versions of these characters, you know. Yeah. My gosh, you guys, I bring on a couple of big YouTube guests, and you guys are all like, you know, great show, Troy. It's like, I know, I brought in Tom Connors and Mexican Iron Man and Michael French. I'm like, holy shit, man, this is the Nexus tonight. I'm feeling great. And it's not just because of the tequila.
Well, it's also just our regular chat members.
Yeah.
I think that they're all stars.
Honestly, yeah. You guys in the chat, and I said this earlier in the chat, if you guys came later, you missed it, but you guys really make this show happen. You guys are having these conversations going on in the chat, and you make it a community. It's not a community without y'all. I super appreciate all of you.
And every time I see the regular names pop up, it's like, oh, they're here.
Yeah.
And it may sound, I don't know, dorky. Yeah. But it's like, I love seeing the regulars showing up and then seeing new, well, I was going to say new faces, but new names.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, who's this? And then I check out their channel, and if I'm not already subbed to them, I make sure I sub, because it's like, together we grow.
Yep. You guys don't realize, you show up in my chat, you're going to get a sub. And I'm hoping you guys are subscribing to me. So I think that's it, Agent Boomer. Any last words for the chat?
Nothing. It was great having you hang out with us tonight. And it's hope to see you next time on Christmas Eve, right? Isn't that what it is?
That's right. Christmas Eve. The night before Christmas Eve, we'll have some sort of a Christmas movie. I don't know what it is, but... And don't feel obligated. If you can make it, great. But if you have family obligations or holiday stuff, I totally dig it. I'm not expecting a big turnout next week, but I super appreciate anyone who shows up. Netter, you wanna give the spiel?
Yeah.
That means you got to get up if you want to get close to the mic. Okay, good.
I just wanted to move a little bit closer, so I'm a little clearer.
Fair.
I always say that we can talk amongst ourselves, and it's all well good and fine and fun, but it's so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat, when you're dropping your comments, your questions, your trivia, just playing around and just, you know, being there with us. It doesn't feel like we are separated by miles. It feels like we're all in the same room together, just interacting, having fun. Together. Yeah, it's like we're having so much fun together, and you guys aren't just, you know, friends to us. You're family too. We love you guys, and we really do appreciate you being here. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. I mean, I know I say it all the time, but I mean it. It's like you guys are our family, and we super appreciate you. And we love you guys. So thank you for being here. And thank you for encouraging us.
She's not just whistling Dixie. I swear this Friday night, the whole reason this show exists, I'm not monetized. I'm not making any money off of this. This is entirely social to me. I get through the week looking forward to Friday night hanging out with all of y'all. I super appreciate every single one of you. God bless. Have a great one. Take care, everyone.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.